of the Rebels. The number 19 team in the country is in the house. San Diego State and UNLV, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. And the Aztecs sit at 9-1 and 5-1. UNLV has won their last 2 games. Standings, well, San Diego State with 2 games left. You need a win here and a win next week, and you're headed to a Mountain West championship. Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Waltz, along with Aaron Taylor. Jenny Dell will join us shortly. On paper, San Diego State, number 19 in the college football playoff rankings. UNLV hadn't won a football game until 2 weeks ago, but they won their last 2. I don't know if this is a layup for the Aztecs.
Yeah, on paper it looks like that, but football ain't played on paper, as we know. This UNLV team has handed San Diego State 2 of its worst losses in program history. One as recent as 2018. The Aztecs better be ready.
All right, and let's talk about San Diego State's defense, because that's where it starts for this ball club, and our Twisted Tea game day playbook.
Once again, this unit is among the best in the country, a top 5 rush defense, allowing only 83 yards per game, and they are physical. But the way that they stop the run is with penetration. They cancel gaps, they throw the timing off, and it limits the options for the running back to run to open space. And then finally, I love the way that this team flows to the football. They have great pursuit. You see a lot of red helmets around the football, and that makes it difficult to run against.
They're going to have to slow this guy down. Great running back and great nickname. Charles Williams, the Chuck Wagon, and he has been a shining light for their offense.
He certainly was. Mountain West Conference Player of the Week a week ago for 266-yard, 3-touchdown performance against Hawaii. He's one of the best running backs on the West Coast. A really nice challenge for this Aztec defense.
He's not the only player of the week in the house. And with more on that, here's Jenny Dell. Hi, Jenny.
Hey there. You just mentioned Charles Williams. Well, we're witnessing greatness here tonight. We also got the defensive player of the week in Cam Thomas. And we've got the special teams player of the week in Matt Ariza. Now, head coach Brady Hoke says, according to him, Ariza is the MVP. He's already set NCAA records for most 50-yard and 60-yard punts in a season. Plus, he has 6 punts over 70 yards this year. Coach said, and he meant no disrespect by the following comment, but he told me Ariza's not like a normal kicker or punter. He called him insanely tough and competitive. And guys, coach told me he's by far one of the biggest weapons for this Aztec team.
Jenny, we've been calling him a rock star all year long. Brady Hoke is fired up and ready to go. And yes, he reminded his team of those 2 upsets in UNLV San Diego State history. Really nice to see this guy get his first 2 wins the last 2 weeks. Marcus Arroyo, 41, came from Oregon where he was an offensive coordinator. They really like him here, and it feels like they're starting to turn the corner, as we do, to our Acura keys to the game.
Yeah, Rich, this offense needs to continue to improve the pass game. They were outstanding, a season-high completions last week with 21, a lot on first down. And defensively, keep Williams contained. Keeping him under 4 yards per carry is going to be huge tonight. UNLV offensively, they have to stay patient in the run game and find explosive. The Aztecs aren't easy to run on, so they can't abandon it. And defensively, they must match San Diego State's physicality, because the Aztecs are one of the most physical offensive lines on the West Coast. And I believe this much improved Rebel defense must win this matchup to win tonight's game.
UNLV went on the islands and beat Hawaii 27-13. And of course, San Diego State had a nail-biter and a win over Nevada. As Ariza usually does, he knocks it into the second level. Dr. Pepper brings you our starting lineups. They wanted the football, they won the toss, they want Cameron Friel, the freshman, to get it first.
We saw this young man early on in the season, Rich, if you remember, against Iowa State, and it was moving pretty fast for him. The tape that I watched from last week, though, really shows the way that he's matured. He throws the ball, he's confident, and he's making much better reads. He's got to protect the football tonight, though.
From the 25, ready to go, Charles Williams in the backfield. And the Chuck Wagon on the first carry bangs his way across the 25 out to the 28-yard line. Now the offense, look, we've talked about Friel. It's nice to have a good center, and he's got a good one, the sophomore, Leif Fautanu.
Yeah, Fautanu, he's a grinder and more than willing to get dirty. He makes all the calls and sets the fronts for the blocking scheme, so he'll have to be sharp tonight against this very challenging alignments of the 3-3-5.
Friel right out of high school. four-man rush. They like the quick throws with him, and he's on the money with that throw. Marcus Phillips makes the catch. Patrick McMorris with the stop. It's going to be a third down and short. Defensively, there's a lot to choose from here to highlight.
Yeah, but the guy we're going to talk about is the guy who just made the tackle. Patrick McMorris. He's a young and talented Aztec, which is kind of a hybrid linebacker safety, brings a ton of versatility, and UNLV said that the key is the key to sorting out what the Aztecs like to do defensively.
It's a third down and 3. First possession just underway. UNLV and San Diego State. Aztecs show blitz. Friel's going to roll, fires it, caught. That's Williams out to the 50, and he dashes out of bounds. McMorris chased him out. A big play for the Rebels.
You'll see some pressure off the right side, which allows Friel to get out, and it allows the back to be able to outflank and out-leverage the defense. Just a simple short throws gets Friel in rhythm. That was a nice job by Williams finishing it off.
It's one thing that Glenn Thomas, the offensive coordinator, told us. The quick game, that's where he is right now. That's his strength. Williams, who rarely comes out of the game, spins around and picks up 3 yards on the carry. This guy is just dynamite.
There were some really good blocks right here, the combination blocks. When you're an offensive line, you need to get shoulder to shoulder. That sorts out the twists and the stunts. You see the crisscrossing exchange of those defensive linemen. That's why they're so good at defense. That's a very good rep there by the right side of the Rebels offensive line.
Williams went for 266 on 38 carries at Hawaii. On second down and 7. Friel has time. Another short throw on the money. Kyle Williams has it. Races inside the 40. Down to the 36. Has a first down, and Andrew Alecki makes the stop. And look at this Rebel offense.
They're humming right now, Rich. This is what you want to do. You want to get yourself in rhythm. Great protection so far. They're getting the football out of the quarterback's hands extremely quickly, and they're sprinkling in some run as well, which is what they wanted to do coming in.
Royal, the offensive coordinator at Oregon, been to a lot of other good places. Oklahoma State, in the NFL as well. Play action. Friel looking deep, fires over the middle, and it's caught. Steve Jenkins inside the 10. Avenger makes the stop, and the freshman Cameron Friel is lighting it up.
Here he is right here, going to run a route and do a crossing route over on this side. Friel is really good when he's got some situations here where it's man coverage. He doesn't have to worry about what guys are doing. The only read he's making, is he open or is he not? Right here he's open, and even though the ball's a little bit behind, because Jenkins was so far wide open, it ends up being a huge completion.
Spot the football just inside the 10. It's first and goal. UNLV on the march. Williams has a hole and knifes his way down to about the 5. Verizon Red Zone, 33 trips, 19 touchdowns. That's below the average a bit. 61% is the national average for touchdowns when you get inside the 20.
It's this area of the field, Rich, that'll likely determine this ball game, as it does every weekend nationally. You must get touchdowns while you're down here to give your chance or team a chance to win.
Friel rolling, looking, firing back across, and incomplete. Giovanni Faolo, his tight end, who was covered. It's an incompletion. This is going to be third down and goal just outside the 5.
This is unfortunate. This is open, but Friel takes too long. He puts too much air underneath the football, and it ends up being high. If he had put that ball on a frozen rope to Faolo, that might have had a chance to be able to catch it, turn north and south, and get across the goal line.
Taylor Hawkins was there on the coverage. Now third and goal. Williams in the backfield.
See the defenders up here walking around trying to cause confusion. It makes it really hard for the quarterback to figure out what's going on.
Williams on a late play clock snap, and he's only going to get 2 yards. Cam Thomas made the stop, and if you're UNLV, you drive length of the field. It looks like they're going to settle for a field goal attempt.
I like that call. I think getting points here at the end of this drive really starts this game out on a positive note. If you were to go for it here and get stopped against one of the best run-stopping defenses in the country, it would completely erase the momentum for your club. Give yourself a chance to go up 3-0, score some points on your first drive, and start this game off right.
Two terrific field goal kickers in this one. This is Daniel Gutierrez, the senior out of LA, and Gutierrez knocks that one through. That's impressive stuff from this Rebel team. Marcus Arroyo got to be pleased with that. Against the number 19 team in the country, against one of the best defenses in the country, they get 3 points on a long drive. A 3-0 start by the Rebels.
When it's game time, everyone's got a favorite number. Whichever number you go with, you'll get free delivery on Saturdays when you order with Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Theo is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now he's free to become thoughtful Theo. And he's got a gift for everyone. So thoughtful.
Head over to Napa to prepare your ride for winter. Buy the 99-cent Napa bag and save 20% on 3 or more items. It's a great way to get what you need to battle the elements. When it comes to finding you great holiday deals, our motor never quits.
Don't wait to put an end to junk sleep. Shop Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
Pack your bags and cash back. Earn 5% on travel purchased through Chase with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
You do this for everyone?
I try. Excuse me, ma'am. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
This is called momentum. And there's no off season, just work that builds on itself over and over and over again. Because the only way is through.
This Saturday, while you watch the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free Saturday delivery, unless you're gonna miss seeing this. Introducing free Saturday delivery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Allegiant Stadium, of course, home of the Raiders and home of the Rebels. They share the facility. Each has a locker room here. And the turnaround, and everyone is hoping that it has started because it was a long drought. 0-8 this season. And remember, last year they didn't win a game at all. But their last 2 games, New Mexico and Hawaii. Remember the close losses this year. 5 of the 8 games were close losses. So they came close against good teams. They have a couple wins and some momentum. But they're going to have to slow down a really good San Diego State football team and running attack. Jordan Bird is deep. Gutierrez about ready to kick it off. Little pooch kick. They're really good at this. Fair catch is called for and made by San Diego State. Dr. Pepper brings you the Aztecs starting lineups, and we start with Lucas Johnson, who's on a nice little roll.
Certainly is. He's making his 6th start of the year, Rich. He's 4-1 in his previous 5 starts. He really stepped his game up last week, I thought. Throwing the ball extremely well, particularly on first down. I thought that really kept Nevada off balance. Going to be interesting to see the play calling of offensive coordinator Jeff Heklinski tonight to see what he dials up for his quarterback, who seems to be on a little hot streak.
Well, they better hurry up. I mean, the play clock is already down to 5. They're still looking at the sideline. They did reset it. Bellinger, the tight end. They move him around a lot. Greg Bell's in the backfield. He gets the first touch, and he's hit and dropped. And that's Bryce Jackson with the stop. Opening drives against UNLV. And Hawaii was one throw, like a 79-yard touchdown pass. After that, no touchdowns for the next 59 minutes.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a simple missed tackle that was the result of that touchdown. But to your point, they really settled down as the game went along.
Second down, 8. Oh, that handoff almost popped out. Pulling it back is Johnson. Jacoby Windman makes the stop. And UNLV's defense, first 2 plays, looks good. All right, big offensive line and a really big and good tight end.
Well, you mentioned him earlier, Daniel Bellinger. He's a Las Vegas native. He's a physical inline blocker that leads a team in receptions and receiving yards. And even though he may not have much of each, he's a versatile weapon that can give defenses problems.
Third down and 5. Just inside the 30. Empty backfield. Johnson can run the ball as well. 4-man rush. Throw over the middle. It's caught in traffic. And that's Elijah Cody, who was enormous last week against Nevada. He had 6 catches for 71 yards.
Yeah, he's a big dude, 6'4", 210-pound senior. He's right there on the right side of the screen. Just a beautiful in route, getting behind the linebacker in front of the safety. And here's a perfect example of Johnson's timing and accuracy.
Phillip Hill came up and made the stop for UNLV. Lucas Johnson, when they really needed him last week, engineered a 53-yard drive, 12 plays, including a 4th and 4 to maneuver into field goal territory for the game winner. And Bell is tripped up, or else that would have been a big run. And that's the guy you like, Kyle Beaudry.
Beaudry is so good. Here he is right here. He's going to come up and get it, and he's going to flatten out, but he makes the ankle tackle. I'm telling you what, this guy has such good instincts. He just seems to have a nose for the football. He's playing for the injured Austin Ajiake, who was a really good player for him, but man, 44 has stepped it up, and I don't think they've skipped a beat at that position.
Shy of midfield, 2nd, and a long 5. Johnson will throw, blitz coming. Johnson in trouble, and down he goes. Windman coming, along with a lot of others.
This is Windman's 4th sack of the season. He's going to come here and sugar and then come off this outside edge. You're going to see the back is going to go and come back inside, and he just beats left tackle Zachary Thomas around the edge. This is an offensive line that has done a pretty good job in pass protection, but Windman, the player that they talk about on this defense that really is the heart and soul of them, made a heck of a play there.
Loss of 8. 3rd down, 13.
Front seven's won these last 2 plays.
Johnson puts a little bit too much air on it, and it forces Matthews to go up and get it. And there's no way he's going to get the first down with Aaron Lewis draped on his back.
Just an incredible job of the Rebels getting themselves off the field defensively. We just put up the graphic about how they started off slow. That clearly is not the case here tonight.
All right, here's Ariza now, and from the line of scrimmage, it's 53 yards to the goal line, and he can do that in his sleep. So we'll see if he takes a little something off this one to try to pinch it inside the 10. And he does go end over end with it. Let's see where it lands. Inside the 10, checks up, and is downed at the 12-yard line. When we get back, the Chuck Wagon back in business. Rebels have the first points in this one, 3-0.
Domino's new oven-baked dips are so new that we made a new commercial about their newness. Try new flavors like our cheesy marinara, baked apple, or hot and melty 5-cheese with our not new but still delicious twists. Carry out Domino's new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Looking for the best deal on a car? Bumper.com combines dealership and private listings, all while giving a detailed vehicle history when available. Now, you're car shopping with gas. Test drive Bumper.com today.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm and a leg for the postage. I remember setting up ShipStation. I think it was just like 1 or 2 clicks. Everything was up and running. I was printing out labels and saving money.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, like, we're cut in half, just like that.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to ShipStation.com/try and get 2 months free.
An electric guitar that hits all the right notes. Extraordinary. A coffee tea alarm clock that wakes up your senses. Unreal. A QR code that lets you explore and revel in a curated selection of the world's most unique and unexpected tech, fashion, home, and adventure items. Wondrous. Open your phone's camera, scan the code, and discover all that awaits you at touchofmodern.com.
Got crypto brain? You could satisfy it by getting crypto the same way everyone else does. Or with a tax advantage at Alto Crypto IRA. With as little as $10, you can now put retirement dollars in crypto. Over 100 coins through Coinbase Exchange, including Bitcoin, all with the full tax advantages of an IRA. Everyone's got their eye on crypto. Get yours with the Alto Advantage. Sign up free at altocryptoira.com.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Verizon. 5G built right. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Fresno native with his family here, a great senior, leading rusher in UNLV history, Charles Williams Jr. And he was a key part of an impressive first drive by UNLV. The first time all year that San Diego State's defense gave up any points on a first possession.
Couldn't be a better start for this Rebel team, and we talked about it right off the top. If the Aztecs aren't ready, UNLV can make them pay.
And Friel was great on the drive. He was 4 of 5 for 61 yards, and that play goes nowhere. And we check in with Jenny Dell. Jenny?
Yeah, family is everything to Charles Williams. All here to support him on senior day, including his mom. She's always sporting her Chuck Wagon shirt. And his 7-month-old daughter, Kamaya. She was born late in March, and Williams has really fully embraced the joys of fatherhood, using it as motivation for the season. He told me, she's my why. The reason I get up at 4 a.m., the reason I'm taking care of my academics, why I grind at practice and on the field. It's all for her, like a proud new dad, guys. He said Kamaya's smile makes it all worth it.
All right, Jenny, thank you. That, though, a loss of 3. Friel, they're giving him time, and he's on the money again. It's deflected and picked. It's Alecki, and Alecki is in. Touchdown. His second interception for a touchdown this year. Andrew Alecki.
This is unfortunate. The ball's a little bit high and behind, and the receiver, Jenkins, can't bring it down. It gets tipped up, and to your point, Alecki grabs it, has a caravan in front of him, and puts the Aztecs up on the board. All that momentum that the Rebels generated just evaporated.
Alecki, the senior out of Honolulu, 16 yards on the return. And just like that, San Diego State's defense puts 7 on the board. Interception number 11. Andrew Alecki, right place, right time. And a 7-3 lead for number 19, San Diego State.
Think outside the oven and get thanks grilling with Ace. Get a Traeger grill to make tasty turkey and desserts. This week, take advantage of great deals on Traeger with free assembly and delivery on all grills $3.99 and up.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Get great prices and fast free shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
Yes, so what I'm saying is people like options. I mean, you take Geico. You can call them anytime you feel like saving money. It don't matter, day or night. Use your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. The point is, you have options. How convenient. Oi, crab cakes. What are you looking at?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Domino's new oven-baked dips are so new that we made a new commercial about their newness. Try new flavors like our cheesy marinara, baked apple, or hot and melty 5-cheese with our not new but still delicious twists. Carry out Domino's new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
Well, it wasn't a horrible throw, but obviously Steve Jenkins couldn't haul it in, and then it was deflected up.
Yeah, you're going to see Jenkins go right here. This ball's a little bit behind. Jenkins should still be able to pluck this ball out of the air, but if he leads him a little bit and puts the ball there so that Jenkins can catch the ball away from his body, then he's got a chance to maybe catch it a little bit better. But because it was behind, that allowed Taylor Hawkins to get his hands on him, tip it up, and Alecki does the rest. Those are the differences when you're talking about the maturation of a quarterback, where inches sometimes matter, especially in tight coverage.
And turnovers were an issue last week in the first quarter at Hawaii.
Oh my gosh, they had 3 of them. 2 interceptions and a fumble on a missed snap by Lee Fontenot. It wasn't a good start. And the UNLV needs to really settle down here, catch their breath, and start operating again.
All right, non-offensive touchdowns. And I know that touchdown was offensive to UNLV fans, but week 1, New Mexico State, Alecki had his first. Shavers blocked a punt return. Jordan Bird a kickoff return. Trenton Thompson a blocked punt return. And now Alecki, his second pick for a return. It's a tradition. They're one of the best in the country, certainly in the Rocky Long era, and even at the start of the first Brady Hoke era.
Those defensive points have kind of bumped up and helped their offense scoring as well.
Back on the saddle is Friel. Oh, man, a little inside screen. And that was scary, kids. It was caught by Kyle Williams, and he's down. But there were a lot of white shirts in the vicinity.
And now Williams is staying down, it looks like. And that's unfortunate. He's moved around a little bit. He's a freshman All-American. The coaches really like this young and talented player. And he seems to be in a bit of pain. You're noticing, Rich, what the adjustment that Kurt Maddox, the defensive coordinator for San Diego State, has made. Remember, on that first drive, a lot of those short underneath throws, the Aztecs have really tightened down their coverage, and they're jumping everything underneath.
Marcus Arroyo, remember, Cameron Friel didn't really get many reps in the fall. He came as a true freshman in the spring. That's a nice job of Williams to wrestle it away, and then he's kind of wrenched around and bent over, but leaving on his own power, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, Lakalaka was there in really tight coverage. So this is an opportunity, if you're UNLV, to maybe take some double moves, use some play action. 2nd and 13, though. You want to get some yards back here to give yourself a makeable 3rd down.
Williams in the backfield. First drive was 72 yards. Got him a field goal. Williams has a seam and a nice pickup across the 30, and that gets a lot of the yards back to the 31. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
I think San Diego State was misaligned here. Go ahead and roll it, and you can see how big that gap is. There's no way that there should be that much space, but a tremendous job on the split flow zone by tight end Giovanni Faolo coming over and kicking out that defensive end. That was a gash, giving them a real good chance here on 3rd down to keep going.
9-yard run for Williams. And that looks like offside, which would be a 1st down.
This is an Aztec team.
Offside, number 9, defense, 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Rich, we were talking with Brady Hoke on our calls this week, and he was bragging about how they only had 2 penalties a week ago. We're really playing discipline, but they certainly were there.
I think that pause when he said that was him knocking on wood, though.
Certainly so. Hawkins, after making the big play with the tip, comes up with a mistake here, and UNLV gets a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 now. Williams looking for a hole, and there just wasn't one. Patrick McMorris fit right into the gap. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. McMorris, this is a unique defense. It's a 3-3-5, and it's a unique scheme, but you need unique talent to pull it off.
Yeah, you need a Patrick McMorris. He's a hybrid type player. He can line up at safety on 3rd down, at linebacker on 2nd down, and a defensive end on 1st down. It makes identification and who to block. It makes that process really difficult, especially when you're as athletic as McMorris is.
It's tough on a senior quarterback. A true freshman quarterback, it can really be a puzzle. 2nd down, 8. That one is dropped, flat out dropped. Ziel Griffin, the sophomore, and you can't afford that if you're UNLV.
No, and that's unfortunate because that was a beautiful throw and read by Cameron Friel. It gets rid of the football. Right there is a perfect job. The ball's a little bit behind him as well, but that is purely a concentration drop by Griffin and unacceptable in a game of this magnitude.
Courtney Reese in the backfield joins Williams. Let's see if San Diego State brings heat.
They do.
Friel's in trouble, fires it, and it is, did he get it? Taylor Hawkins, no. The back official said it hit the turf. Cedric Lakalaka had the pressure on that man, Cameron Friel, and Taylor Hawkins almost had the interception.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete forward pass. It's 4th down.
You see Marcus Arroyo talking to his quarterback. The interceptions that Friel has had a lot of times are just arm prayers like this one was, where he forces the ball late after being pressured. You love a quarterback that tries to make something happen, but that was a foolish throw there.
That was really close to an actual catch and a pick by Taylor Hawkins. Low snap. Evan Silva, the punter, sends a wobbler towards the sideline, gets a nice bounce, still rolling to the 15-yard line. UNLV's offense has scored 3 for themselves and 7 for the Aztecs. That is almost a pick. 7-3, San Diego State.
Domino's new oven-baked dips are so new that we made a new commercial about their newness. Try new flavors like our cheesy marinara, baked apple, or hot and melty 5-cheese with our not new but still delicious twists. Carry out Domino's new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
Is your business struggling to keep up with the big guys? Now, with PeopleSmart.com, you have the same prospecting tools they do. Enter a name and title to search for detailed contact info on quality decision makers. PeopleSmart.com, the smarter way to prospect.
HelloFresh, it's just a game changer for me. They deliver recipes with fresh ingredients. So they send you the box and there's some recipe cards that come with the meal. Just show up and just put everything in there and whip it up.
Use code SPORTS14 for 14 free meals plus 3 free gifts during our Black Friday sale.
The more we do with our phones, the more network quality and reliability matter. And only Verizon has been the most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. That means the best experience with calls, texts, and data usage of any major carrier, according to customers. There's only one best network. The only one ranked #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. We are building 5G right.
It's not 1,000 lights twinkling that makes their holidays special. It's you. And 20 volts whirring, 10 dishes warming, 8 guests arriving, 42 inches rolling, 1 million leaves blowing, or 1 gift card gifting. If you can't make up your mind, make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December. At the Home Depot, doers get more done.
Want to tackle your fitness? Hey Siri, tell me more about Apple Fitness Plus.
Number 19, San Diego State, a 7-3 start in Las Vegas. Start your NFL Sunday with the Tops crew. They get you ready for all the NFL Week 11 action. That other pregame show, Sunday morning, 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Rich Waltz, Aaron Taylor, Jenny Dell, Allegiant Stadium. San Diego State's offense has not produced points. There's an Andrew Alecki interception return that puts 7 on the board. Little fly sweep here, B.J. Busby. And Busby, number 5, meets the other number 5, Phillip Hill. UNLV's defense is getting better every week.
I agree with you, partner. And the Aztecs are going to try to impose its will tonight in the run game, so expect to hear Kyle Beaudry's name a lot. We've already called it earlier. He had that shoestring tackle. He's so instinctive. He's a playmaker. He has a real innate ability to find the football, and he and the rest of this front 7 are going to get tested tonight. And so far, on the first drive they had, they were up to that challenge.
They forced a midfield punt for Matt Ariza in the Aztecs. Bell has a hole, and when he gets a hole, he's through it pretty quickly. Noel Williams, one of the corners, had to make the stop. That's a first down.
Yeah, this is just going to be a lead. You're going to watch 82 Jay Rudolph come over and isolate the backer, and then 22 just does the rest. This offensive line is one of the biggest and most physical on the West Coast, and they try to pummel you.
192 yards a game on the ground, just 140 through the air. They are efficient, though. They don't turn it over. Lucas Johnson does not make a lot of mistakes. He's thrown just 3 interceptions. Completes 61% of his passes. Bell, and this time UNLV had it spread out and everything filled in. And a stop by Aaron Lewis.
We talked about UNLV, and one of the things they're doing a good job of is they set the edge, and that allows all the defensive pursuit to come. You're going to see off this outside edge right there. That forces the back inside, and there's a ton of black helmets. We talked about the pursuit of the Aztecs defense early to start the game. Well, the Rebels are doing a little bit of that themselves.
That's Peter Hansen, the defensive coordinator, in his second year, as is the staff. A little quick screen to Busby, racing to the sideline, has the first down, and then is whipped out of bounds by Lewis, but not before a gain of about 13 yards.
Yeah, Busby's played about 25 games, earned a scholarship after fall camp this year. We saw him last week, and he was a little inconsistent with his hands, but he's so explosive and so quick twitch, they like to get him the ball in the perimeter.
Much like with Friel and the Rebels, Brady Hoke and his offensive coordinator, Jeff Hecklinski, likes the quick game with Lucas Johnson.
A lot less thinking and a lot less time for the defense to react to intercept it.
Bird a little smaller than Bell and a little bit faster on what is probably the last play of the quarter. He's going to lose a yard.
Really nice job of Adam Plant there winning his matchup.
UNLV had the best drive of the day. A field goal for 3. Then their offense gave up a pick 6. On to the second quarter. They're trying to take down number 19, San Diego State. You're watching college football, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky.
This network is sponsored by delicious ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. By Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and by Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Always a lot going on in Vegas for sure. 7-3, number 19 San Diego State on top. A pick 6. Andrew Alecki, his second of the season. The touchdown for the Aztecs. 5 plays, 24 yards on this drive. Lucas Johnson turns and hands it off. And that's Jordan Bird who's come in for this drive.
And Rich, how about this UNLV defense? We just saw them get a stop there. Their linebackers are playing very disciplined with their eyes. Windman in the run game, coming off the edge, and the blitz packages, then their safeties coming up. I really like this physical safety group. They are willing tacklers, especially there in the alley, and the statistics support it.
Yeah, UNLV has outgained San Diego State, but that big turnover in red cost him 7 points. Bird is still in there. 3rd down and 11. Blitz comes. Johnson's flushed. He's got good wheels, but not enough. Caught there. That's a nice open field stop by Brennan Scott, the freshman out of Lancaster, Texas.
Yeah, and he was one of the players that Peter Hansen, the defensive coordinator, said has really elevated his game. There's some young, talented players here. This is not an easy open field tackle, but he shuffles, slides, and stops Johnson short of the 1st down, and the defense showing up again.
How impressive is his college resume? That man there, Peter Hansen, Arizona. He played football for Dick Tomey, legend. Played basketball for Lute Olson, legend.
Incredible.
That's incredible.
And I'm telling you what, this team has gotten better on that side of the football. When we watch them against Iowa State, it wasn't there, but they have really elevated their game.
Ariza can air it out. Fair catch called for and made at the 14-yard line. On a Friday night here in Las Vegas, good time for an eye on the Mountain West. 6 teams have reached bowl eligibility: Air Force, Boise State, Fresno State, Nevada, San Diego State, and Utah State. Utah State can clinch the Mountain Division, a win versus Wyoming and a Boise State loss versus New Mexico. San Diego State controls their own destiny in the West. They win this game. Next week they play Boise State on Friday on CBS. And if they win that one, they are headed, and they would host the Mountain West championship game.
Ooh, win and you're in. Simple formula.
Now the Rebels trying to move the football. And we check in with Jenny Dell. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Rebels wide receiver Kyle Williams. He was injured at the end of the first. He crawled onto the training table, was wincing in pain. He was diagnosed with a lateral rib contusion. But, guys, he is back in the game right now. He grabbed his helmet as quick as he could to run to the sideline. The trainers were also looking at that left ankle, and he's also been dealing with a right hamstring injury the last few weeks. So definitely banged up at this point.
Very comprehensive look, Jenny. Outstanding.
Look at her digging in on the sideline and getting some good intel. Must be that flashy, snazzy UNLV shirt she's wearing.
Friel on the run, throws high and over everybody. McMorris was the last line there at the back end, and it was over his head. That first drive was terrific, but then a couple of balls that probably could have been caught that weren't caught. One resulted in the deflected interception.
Yeah, these balls are sailing on him a little bit. His location is a little bit behind the receivers. To get a quarterback back into rhythm, it's the quick short throws, the hitches, the ends, the quick slants, things where he can just step back, throw off the hitch, and get the ball going.
Well, if it's quick, it needs to be at least 10 yards here. It's 3rd down and 9. San Diego State shows blitz, and here they come. Friel's throw, a low one, and caught a tumbling catch, and that's right on the stick. This is going to be an interesting spot. Jenkins held on.
Wow, a very favorable spot. I thought when he caught that ball, he was a little bit short, but the officials think otherwise, and they're keeping this thing going. But this is a great location, low and away, and we saw Jenkins struggle to make a catch earlier, but he brings this one in to extend the drive.
They put the nose of the football right on the 25-yard line. And after watching that replay, I think you're right. It was a pretty favorable spot for UNLV. Deflected. That was Jenkins cutting across. And Brady Hoke doesn't like the spot either.
Yeah, I thought he had reason to be upset. In real time with the live eye, I thought he was probably a half a yard short and it was going to be decision-making time. But the officials clearly felt otherwise, and UNLV's now looking at a 2nd and 10.
Cam Thomas got his hands up on that one. 2nd down and 10.
A lot of bodies near the line of scrimmage.
Friel, this is first deep shot for Griffin, and it's well over his head.
Yeah, you see Taylor Hawkins wagging his finger like, nah, you didn't catch that one, but Griffin had him beat. Friel just misses this throw. If he can place that football accurately, and he does grab him, he grabs his towel with his left hand and trying to hold him, that's a pass interference. I'm surprised that Hawkins didn't get flagged there. He should have. Maybe that's a makeup, and the football gods are balancing things out for the favorable spot. For the record, I'm not insinuating that they did that. The cosmic universe is balancing things out.
Every now and then the football gods make a stop in Las Vegas, so it's possible. 3rd down 10. Another blitz. Friel's flushed and caught and dropped. Keyshawn Banks.
Keyshawn Banks is one of those players that the coaches talked about really elevating his game here. It's going to be a stunt. He's an exchange of responsibilities there. You see the right guard ducks his head, and nobody sees Banks come around, and that ferocious pressure on 3rd down gets home.
Sack number 31 this year for the San Diego State defense. This is game number 11. Silva's punt, caught by Bird, and he had heat on him, but he holds it. 45 yards on the punt. Number 19, San Diego State, 7-3.
Okay, Cooper, we're coming.
Ooh, we're almost ready. It's time. Watch out for Hank.
Downstairs, guys. Let's go.
Happy holidays from Chewy.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest and fastest growing universities in the country, offering over 200 engaging programs online. GCU invests in high demand areas such as nursing, teaching, and the sciences. Students engage with faculty who become partners in your success. GCU's online students received over $100 million in scholarships in 2020. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer to see the scholarships you qualify for.
Let it rain, Randy! Yeah! That's how you make like it never even happened happen.
Serve Pro on a suspicious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Howdy, Logan. Wonder if you can help me out with something.
Sure, Sheriff.
Looking for a couple of goalposts. Went missing after the big win last night.
What? That's awful. Who would steal a goalpost?
Say, that is a nice new swing set you got there.
Oh, this old thing. Well, makes the boy happy, I guess.
Interesting design.
Oh, yeah, it's Scandinavian. You know what? You should check the streakers across the street. They have a very suspicious new antenna.
Thanks for the tip.
Anytime, Sheriff.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
We're getting destroyed out there. We need a plan.
Right now, at T-Mobile, customers on Magenta Max can get the new iPhone 13 Pro, and T-Mobile will pay for it.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro on us.
7-3, San Diego State on top. That was a costly sack in yardage, and even after the sack, as Friel goes down, Banks makes the tackle. Friel got up and limped over to the sideline, and you thought at that point he could walk it off, but he's on a cart with Kyle Williams, one of his wide receivers, and they disappeared into the locker room while we were away.
And that's a huge development in this game, and Kyle Williams has 2 of the team's 300-yard receiving games. So you have your most explosive receiver and your talented freshman quarterback that are in the tent now getting looked at.
And that's Justin Rogers, the sophomore, who was the Week 1 starter, the transfer from TCU.
Only 39 attempts on the year with 17 completions.
Meanwhile, the Aztecs offense has really yet to get going. Bell's had probably the biggest play. Jacoby Windman with his 3rd stop. Right at midfield, 5 yards on that. First 2 possessions, 22 yards and a punt, 30 yards and a punt.
I'm telling you, Rich, when I was watching this defense, their front 7 is quite a bit more improved than we saw even 4 or 5 weeks ago. I know Brady Hoke's not been happy, but this is an offense that's very patient with the run game, the Aztecs are, and they'll find the weakness in your defense and exploit it.
Matthews makes the catch. That throw was in towards the defense, and Devon Walden Jr. almost had a beat on it.
Yeah, this wasn't the most accurate throw there, but it was a really good job by Matthews to get it down. But to your point, excellent open field tackle there by Walden.
Third down 3.
When you're a defense that can make a team earn every yard and not run after the catch, you're humming. Here's a really good opportunity for both of these units here to exert their will.
1 of 3 on third down. Early on is San Diego State's. Bell spins and he can't escape. Brennan Scott makes another big play.
Brennan Scott, man, keep an eye here. He's going to come down and squeeze. He's going to get blocked, but he's going to defeat the block as Rudolph comes across right there, fights off the block with Rudolph on his legs and still makes the tackle.
That's amazing.
My God, Rudolph tackled him.
That should have been a flag and a tackle for loss. And now Ariza standing back at the 36. End over end. Last one checked up nicely. This one checks up nicely. That's an All-American punter, kids. Matt Ariza. 7-3 San Diego State.
Will is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now he's free to become Wonderland Will. Deck the halls with printer paper. Recycled, of course.
Think outside the oven and get thanks grilling with Ace. Get a Traeger grill to make tasty turkey and desserts. This week, take advantage of great deals on Traeger with free assembly and delivery on all grills $3.99 and up.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/try and get 2 months free.
Here's to the spatially challenged, the nearsighted and the far. Here's to the sense of directionless, to the dingers, denters, and that should buff right-outers. At Good to Go, we see you and know that accidents happen. Good to Go is here to give you auto insurance when others won't. For as little as $20 down and low monthly payments, Good to Go makes it easy to get approved, insured, and back on the road fast. Get the coverage you need, instant proof of insurance, and be on your way. Just promise you won't drive too fast. When others say no, we say you're good to go. Visit goodtogo.com.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months. Lastly, how about the stress from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. Visit creditassociates.com for free information on how we can reduce your debt and save you thousands.
Tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern, another afternoon of the SEC on CBS, and it should be another good one. Number 21 Arkansas headed to Tuscaloosa. Number 2 Alabama get set for kickoff at 2:30 with the Drive to Atlanta presented by Mercedes-Benz, followed by State Farm College football today. Tomorrow, the SEC is on CBS.
Well, it was a jailbreak backside by Keyshawn Banks and that sack that had Cameron Friel limp off the field and eventually be taken into the locker room. So a new quarterback under center, Justin Rogers. He was the week 1 starter. You look at his completion percentage there at 58%, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hasn't played much this year. This is not the sort of defense you want to play if you weren't expected to.
Highly recruited out of Shreveport, Louisiana by TCU, transferred here to UNLV. And the first assignment for him is to turn around and hand it to Charles Williams.
Williams really needs to be able to step up in this running game to take the pressure off the young quarterback. This run game has to get going. One of the things the Aztecs are doing, Rich, is they're stunting. It's an exchange of gap responsibilities. They move just after the snap of the football, and it makes it very hard for the offensive lineman to kind of sort out who to block. That's what happened there on that last play for the no gain.
Rodgers throws, got a man open. Caught there, that's for Olo, the tight end. McMorris hits him, but he surges ahead to the 20, and that's a positive play for a guy off the bench in Justin Rogers.
It's a positive play and very encouraging that he could read that so quickly and find the open receiver. That's simply a hot throw. They blitzed him in his face. The defender was unblocked, and he immediately got rid of it. That's encouraging if you're a play caller with your backup quarterback in the game.
Paolo, the senior, you know, preparing for this defense is not easy for a starting quarterback, but coming off the bench all of a sudden against this 3-3-5, that can't be easy either. Williams across the 20. Shawcroft made the stop.
Well, Charles Williams, the FBS active career rushing leader right now with over 4,000 yards. But when you look at what he's done against the Aztecs, Rich, he's really struggled. Most people have struggled to run the football against this defense. But for this guy with the career he's had to never have scored a touchdown on this unit is pretty remarkable.
But it looks like year by year it's getting better and better. So he gets another crack at him here. He did have a 100-yard game. 80 yards his last time against them.
How about this? The quarterback making a check, audible in here.
Blitz comes. Rodgers, little flip pass, got a man. That's Williams. Chuck wagon to midfield. Knocked out of bounds at the 44. McMorris caught him. Justin Rogers with a nice touch.
They're just going to bring some outside pressure, and you're going to see Charles Williams come out here on the wheel route. Very good patience by the quarterback. He knows what's happening, puts enough air underneath it, and Williams, for the second time tonight, catches the ball out of the backfield for a big gain.
Rodgers wide open, caught, touchdown, Griffin. One of the best defenses in the country just had a complete collapse.
Talk about dirty eyes in the defensive backfield. It was the same thing that had hurt UNLV's defense in the first play of the game last week against Hawaii, but an unusual and very rare mistake on the back end for the Aztecs gives UNLV their first touchdown of the night.
Extra point. Backup quarterback, fresh in the game against a great defense. No problem. 92 yards in 5 plays.
Just an incredible job of a backup quarterback coming in first, finding Charles Williams out of the backfield, then a blown coverage on the back end. Beautiful touch on the air for the touchdown. UNLV, always been a problem for the Aztecs. Could it happen again here tonight?
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Then I realized something was missing. Me. My symptoms were keeping me from being there for her. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira is the #1 prescribed biologic for people with Crohn's disease. Humira helps people achieve remission that can last, and the majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief in as little as 4 weeks.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Humira.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Get great prices and fast free shipping. Visit chewy.com today.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Crunch.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
Underdog Fantasy is giving away millions of dollars in prizes this season. No algorithms, no math puzzles, just draft a team and you're in the game to win big. Go to underdogfantasy.com to get started.
Well, welcome back to here to Las Vegas. Keep your eye on Noah Tumblin and Trenton Thompson. They're going to run a bubble go concept here, and they're both going to bite on the bubble screen. This is a complete breakdown on the back end. Both of them were playing the flat. There was clearly a mistake made. It looked like it could have been on the cornerback, and not a better start humanly possible for Justin Rogers. That is the sort of confidence you need when you're coming off the bench.
Man, I mean, their starting quarterback carted off. Rogers, week one starter, hasn't played much since, and he was on the money. This pooch kick has worked for them a couple times, and that one almost popped loose again. They've recovered a couple of these this year, and there's a flag down back at the line of the kick, which is usually offsides.
Offside, number 86 of the kicking team. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down, San Diego State.
It's Marcus Phillips, the junior wide receiver from right here in Las Vegas, just a little bit early down here at the bottom of the screen, hoping to make a play there, and gave some free yardage to the Aztecs.
Number 19, San Diego State. The offense really hasn't moved the football. Their defense has provided the 7 points. Johnson rolling, fires to the sideline, low, and no catch. Elijah Cody sliding, couldn't grab it.
Yeah, it was going to be some misdirection there. And Adam Plant grabbed tight end Jay Rudolph, so he wasn't open. And then Johnson tried to get it out there in the flat, but the ball was just off target, being low. 2nd and 10 after an incompletion typically is a high percentage run. Let's see what the Aztecs dial up here.
Throw it, sideline, Cody, this time on his feet, and this time the ball right in the numbers. That's a first down.
And to me, that's a testament to the offensive play calling of Jeff Heklinski. We know that this team likes to run. This is play action, so look at the reaction by the defense of UNLV. Everybody's thinking run, just like I said right before the ball was snapped. Heklinski knew that. He knew that I was thinking it. He knew that the UNLV defense was thinking it, and they moved the sticks as a result. I really like the way that he sprinkles in the pass to keep defenses off balance.
Going to throw it on first down. They did that a lot last week. Cody has the catch. Still with the ball. Cody to the 11. Las Vegas native. And he's having a big game already. Walden with the stop, and a flag came down where they came down.
There is no foul on the play. The flag fell out of the official's pants. First down.
I like that.
I love it. Look at this press coverage. If he's even, he's leaving. That's just big backing and using your muscle by Elijah Cody to get himself open. You can use quickness or you can use strength. And right there, he just bullies his way to a big completion.
You pointed out he's like a small tight end at 6'4", 215. 41 yards on the throw. That flag did not fall out of the pocket. It was thrown in the defensive backfield.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
when a center moves, oftentimes that's where the flag comes from, not from the side.
Yeah, and he's the glue of this offensive line, and those are critical yards down here in the red zone. It does give them a little bit more space and field to work with. Wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot at the end zone, given the extra yardage.
Chance Bell is in the backfield. We've seen Greg Bell, Jordan Bird, and now Chance Bell.
Got a favorable look down here.
It's Matthews. Johnson likes that throw, and Matthews makes the catch and almost dances into the end zone, steps out of bounds. Ricky Johnson on the coverage.
You could tell he kind of peeked right before the pre-snap, and he knew that he had no safety help over the top. And with the cornerback playing so far off, it lends itself to this very route here of a simple quick out, and you got to appreciate the effort by Matthews. Remember how huge he was at the end of that San Jose State game. He just showed up big there as well.
He caught a touchdown in both overtimes, and in both of those throws, Johnson checked out of the run. Bell to the 2. And remember, that's Chance Bell, not related to Greg Bell, but does hang out in the same running back room, which is one of the best running back rooms that you're going to find, and it always has been. San Diego State has had some terrific running backs. The latest in the NFL, Rashad Penny, Donnell Pumphrey. I mean, we could go on for a while if you'd like, but that running back room, their coach, Jeff Horton, is the running back coach. He used to be the offensive coordinator, has done a lot of great things at San Diego State, but he was the head coach here for UNLV. In fact, he was the head coach in one of those devastating upsets. And that was a mess. A lot of movement. And so first and goal now turns into?
Part of snap, false start. Number 64, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
First and goal from the 7.
That's left guard Chris Martinez. Keep your eye right here. He's flinching, and it's that movement, that late stem by UNLV's defense that draws another penalty, and that's great news because the run prior to that, Rich, got the Aztecs a fresh set of downs, so it's now first and goal, but instead of being from the 2-yard line, they're here at the 7. 6.
And a half. Chance Bell cuts back, and that gap is filled. A mouthpiece pops out. Man, these guys are quick to fill in the gap. Jacoby Windman was there.
Keep your eye there. Watch what he does as he tracks and follows Bell with the football. He keeps himself square. Bell thinks he's wide open. I saw the cutback there too, but that is just textbook linebacker play to slide and close your gap.
Peter Hansen's defense is playing really well tonight. Aztecs on the doorstep, second and goal. Johnson pulls it, fires open, caught, touchdown. Matthews. There was a log jam, or a pick, if you will, that freed Matthews up, and it looked like it had multiple bodies involved.
Yeah, keep your eye on number 14, Tyrell Shavers. Not so subtle pick, but beautifully executed, but certainly with the booty bump there to free up his buddy for the touchdown.
If you're going to do a pick, the booty bump isn't a bad way to do it.
I'm a big fan of the booty bump on the pick plays.
First offensive points for the number 19 team in the country. Lucas Johnson, Jesse Matthews. Aztecs back on top.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
That's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
It's not ringing sleigh bells or glistening snow that makes a winter wonderland. It's you after you find it, score it, load it, inflate it, hang it, unbox it, string it, light it, launch it, and fly it. And after all that, you've nailed it. So go ahead and admire it. Make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Since being the first to make wipers over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in all kinds of weather. Torrential downpours, gale force winds, wintry blasts, even when it's raining cats and dogs. Hey, who came up with that phrase anyway? Just imagine if it actually started... All right. No matter what the conditions, Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, even in the harshest weather metaphors.
Entertaining game here in Las Vegas. Number 19, San Diego State on top 14-10. Nissan Heisman watch. We've narrowed it down just for time's sake to these two.
Yeah, and Kenneth Walker, man, what can you say about him? I've watched a lot of tape watching his offensive line for the Joe Moore Award, and they're doing some great work up front, but Kenneth Walker a lot of times ends up being his own blocker in making plays when there's nothing there. He's just had an exceptional year, and one of the real testaments that how quickly you can turn your program around going to the transfer portal.
Matt Ariza ready to knock this one into the end zone, and he does. Last drive for the Rebels. Remember, backup quarterback Justin Rogers.
He came in and was wheeling and dealing, cool as a cucumber. And sometimes, as quarterbacks coming off the bench as a backup, you're kind of cool. You're relaxed. You're playing with nothing to lose. You didn't get real nervous before the game. He's making great reads and throwing the football with tremendous accuracy.
If you're just joining us, Cameron Friel, the true freshman starter, who looked sharp at times early, was sacked and suffered a leg injury, was carted off the field. He walked off the field, he limped somewhat, but off on his own power. And he was taken to the locker room, and Rogers hopped right in, and again he throws, and again it's on the money. Caught by Steve Jenkins. He's all the way out to the 46-yard line. Taylor Hawkins finally makes the stop. And with more on the quarterback situation, here's Jenny Dell. Jenny?
Yep, still waiting on an update on Friel. As you mentioned, he was carted off the field. But as far as Justin Rogers go, offensive coordinator Glenn Thomas said he brings maturity to this team. He has poise in the pocket. And being on the sideline, guys, I'm feeling the energy. This team really believes in Rogers. They are fully behind him. Guys, it seems like a little spark plug for this Rebels offense.
All right, thank you, Jenny. Target line for the field goal. We're at the 37-yard line. Flag goes down.
Prior to snap, false start, number 70. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And that'll back things up.
Yeah, that's their right tackle, Tiger Shanks. You're at home. You got to hold your water up here. Just got off balance there, and right guard flinched a little bit too. That's a killer after a big play because now you're behind the chains.
You might flinch when Cade McDonald's up on the line of scrimmage in front of you.
I'd be more flinchy if it were Cameron Thomas. That dude's a beast.
Talked about that target line. Both these teams have long-distance field goal kickers. And remember, we are indoors and a little bit of altitude as well. Quick throw there. Marcus Phillips with the catch. He busts it across midfield just into San Diego State territory, third down.
I'd like to see Phillips puncture the defense. Too much dancing right there, but he makes it work because Andrew Alecki over pursues and he gets positive yardage there. Clock is still ticking. UNLV has 3 timeouts there at midfield, so time not a factor yet, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And you mentioned the target line at 37 yards for the field goal, but they're not thinking field goals here. They want a touchdown.
Yeah, Gutierrez has hit from 53 and 51 this year. Long count. Another quick throw and catch And Faulo, the tight end, right at the stick, and it looks like he might be short of the first down.
In that time, I thought he had the first down, and they gave him a little bit of a short spot.
Well, timeout. We're back in 30 to Vegas.
Curve ahead. Hey, buddy, want me to drive?
Why would I want that?
Everyone says you couldn't handle the curve.
Who says that?
Show Tebow a curve, guy falls apart.
Tebow, the curve? No way.
Literally everyone says that.
They're talking about a different thing.
Okay.
Dusty left tight. C-fly, Arizona Arena.
14-10, San Diego State on top of UNLV, and the Rebels are on the move right now. In the final minute of the second quarter, Justin Rogers, backup quarterback, is in. He's been on the money. He's already thrown a long touchdown pass. And they're getting close to field goal range. They're about 8 yards shy of it.
Interesting play call here. Obviously 4-down territory. Might not be a bad idea to take a shot here with the Aztecs thinking short yardage.
Williams, and he's going to be short on 3rd down and less than a yard. So now you got a decision here. If you're Marcus Arroyo, it's 54 seconds. San Diego State's got all 3 of their timeouts too. So if you don't make it here,
Alecki, who overran the last tackle, stays at home and cancels his gap there, but UNLV burns its second timeout, so they can think about what they want to call here on 4th down, but that also saves time in the event that they don't get this for the Aztecs.
Yeah, and just like the Rebels, Brady Hoke's got a long distance field goal kicker. Ariza has hit from beyond 50 yards. And there's 3 timeouts for San Diego State. All right, 4th down, a short 2, long 1. Rogers in the shotgun. Jenkins in motion. Rogers rolling, fires. Jenkins there, and he can't get it. Broken up. McMorris flying into the play, and San Diego State gets it with 49 seconds left.
Steve Jenkins has struggled to catch the football all night. This is a beautiful play in motion. He's wide open. That ball's in his hands. It is a little bit behind him, so he's got to rotate and turn, and that allows McMorris to get his hands there, but 4 has to come down with that football.
McMorris is just an absolute playmaker. He leads in tackles. He's got a pick, got a fumble recovery. He had the big deflection on 4th down to finish the game last week against Nevada. Now Lucas Johnson with time, throws, deflected and almost picked. Ricky Johnson got a hand on it.
Any surprise that it would be Ricky Johnson with the nose for the football? This is the guy that had 2 interceptions last week in the win against Hawaii, the last of which was a walk-off interception in the end zone with the Rainbows trying to score. This is a nice young playmaker that the coaches told us were much improved. That was a heck of a play there.
2nd down and 10. Johnson flips it. Oh, another big play. I mean, he's all over the place. Guys are coming from everywhere. That's Kyle
San Diego
Wilborn.
State has called their first charge timeout.
And San Diego State calls a timeout with the ball at midfield.
That was because he had nobody to throw to, so he's trying to check the football down to Keegan Williams. It's the right decision, but 8 was sitting on it for the nice tackle.
So 3rd down and 6, 38 seconds left. Verizon halftime reports coming up. Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, Houston Nutt, Danny Cannell. We'll get you caught up on all the action. There were some good college football games earlier tonight. And look ahead to a busy Saturday. It's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. 3rd and 6. San Diego State right at midfield.
Now this is really interesting. If they don't get this, I would think that the Aztecs would probably try to run here to bleed some more time off the clock to maybe force UNLV to burn their last time out.
Their target line for a field goal, 36-yard line of UNLV.
Or take a deep shot and trust your punter.
They'll hand it off. Kagan Williams short of the first down. And this is going to be, it's 4th down and 2, and they're not yet in field goal range.
San Diego State has called their second charge timeout, 30 seconds in length.
Now this would be an absolute Tom Dempsey bomb here. And you kids at home, you can Google him. He had the NFL record at 63 for a long time. Ariza in practice will get it there from about 60. But obviously there's time on the clock, and if he misses the field goal and comes up short from 60.
They're not going for a field goal. They're going to go for it here. I was really surprised that Brady Hoke called a timeout there. Clearly the Aztecs thinking very aggressive here and trying to get the first down, but maybe they're trying to get UNLV to jump off sides as well, so you have to watch the football.
Just like UNLV, if they don't get it, they would give it back if they do snap it.
And UNLV's got a timeout left with a quarterback that's taking deep shots. That's why I don't like this strategy by the Aztecs.
Johnson will throw it. It's bobbled and caught, and Busby's got the first down, and he's right on the target line. Clock stops, they move the sticks.
Well, if you're going to roll the dice, you better be right, in the Aztecs' word, to their credit.
Johnson again, this time Cody the catch, and that's down to the 23-yard line. They got to get up and try to clock it.
It's got to be a clock situation, so you keep that timeout in your back pocket.
This is good stuff from the San Diego State offense.
And this is an offense that's really struggled with the forward pass, but we talked about at the top of the show, Lucas Johnson's maturity. That ball was bobbled a little bit there by Busby, but then he finds Elijah Cody, his go-to playmaker so far in this first half, to get them well within Ariza's field goal range and maybe enough time to throw this ball in the end zone once or twice.
And you were right on. There's Ariza. It's well within that left leg. But your point's a great one here, because now they can throw the ball over the middle with confidence that they can call a timeout if they make the catch and don't get a first down or to the end zone. 2nd down 10. Johnson has plenty of time. End zone. Matthews caught. Touchdown. Textbook.
This is exactly who he goes to when he needs to find a receiver to make a play. Just a broken coverage on that backside. They let Matthews slip in between them. It looked to be a too high shell there. You have to be able to keep account for their best receiver. UNLV doesn't, pays the price. And how about the Aztecs with the aggressive play calling? I didn't like that call, but they proved me wrong. They kept it going, showing tremendous confidence in their quarterback, and went ahead and got a touchdown here to end the second half. And they get the ball back to start the second half. They could get themselves a twofer. And if Brady Hoke wants to win a championship, it's that sort of aggressive playmaking that'll do it. Here's the 4th down stop, Rich, that started the whole thing.
And remember, McMorris made the play to end the game against Nevada, and he makes another similar play here.
And you're going to see Matthews sit down right inside the zone. They just let him go. The safety's on the numbers, and he's late to come over. And Matthews is basically wide open.
That's the same spot where he caught both catches in the overtime game at San Jose State, the double overtime game.
Not bad for the former walk-on. So the team went crazy when the coaching staff announced that he had earned a scholarship. You saw his smooth route running abilities, really savvy around the end zone.
All right, remember that spot on the field where he just caught that touchdown. These are the overtimes. Both of these throws were checked into by Lucas Johnson. Out of runs, into throws. That was the game winner.
And then tonight, they do the same thing. At first they run a pick route, and then they find him on that same spot in the soft zone defense there. We've seen UNLV run a lot of man concepts, but if you're going to be that soft in your coverage, you're going to pay the price. And boy, did UNLV ever.
UNLV did a lot of things right here in the first half. Unfortunately, they did a few things wrong, and both of those things, the pick six and that fourth down, blew up in their face. At the half, number 19, San Diego State, a 21-10 lead. Usual busy night in Las Vegas, busy night on the Strip. Our ace game summary. Now, you can look at the numbers and say, hey, UNLV, look at the yardage, the first downs, time of possession. But Aaron Taylor, this doesn't tell the whole story here. I mean, there's some things that happened in this game that turned it from a UNLV lead to a comfortable lead for San Diego State.
Well, it really started in the second quarter. The first quarter had a pick six that really got San Diego State going really in the first part of this ball game, but the end of the second half is really where things started to shift, and there were some masterful plays on both sides. First, it started with the defense on a fourth down pass breakup. Patrick McMorris gets the ball back, and then Lucas Johnson in this offense being extremely aggressive, converting a fourth down, throwing the ball with accuracy, and then finds his favorite target, Jesse Matthews, in the end zone for the touchdown right before the half.
That fourth down conversion, eerily similar to last week, into the game, that game-winning drive against Nevada. They had a fourth down and 4 that Johnson converted.
And they threw the football. They're one of the best fourth down teams in the country. The Aztecs now 8 for 11 on fourth down conversions this season.
Into the end zone. A refresher on the standings and what's at stake in this game. For San Diego State, they win this game. They've got one game left. That's next Friday on CBS against Boise State. And they're hopeful that maybe Fresno State stumbles. Over in the mountain, Air Force just finished off a triple overtime win and gave Nevada their third loss. So many of you that have watched that game may be joining this game. And Lucas Johnson and San Diego State get the ball first in a game where they at times were outplayed by UNLV.
We talked about the improved pass game of the Aztecs, but we're seeing it here again tonight.
Johnson throws on first down. Matthews the catch at the 30, and he high steps it out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and thankfully he didn't hit Jenny Dell, who's down there. Jenny?
Yeah, guys, I spoke with Marcus Arroyo, and I asked about Cameron Friel. He is out for the remainder of the game. He's dealing with turf toe right now. So Friel out for the game, but Coach said he's totally confident in Rogers as a backup. He said he knows the game plan. He just needs to go out there and execute the plan in the second half. He said we cannot let San Diego State have any plays in the second half. We're really got to go out there and execute, do our job.
Yeah, Jenny, and back that up. Rogers off the bench is 6 of 7 for 126 yards and a touchdown. So,
false start, number 61, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
2 penalties last week in the biggest game of the year for them against Nevada, and tonight there's been a few more.
Yeah, there's 3 of the 5 offensive linemen have had false starts.
From the 35. Johnson pulls it, fires it over the head of Cody, who is tied up. Nice job there on the corner by Noel Williams.
This is a really good opportunity for UNLV, being extremely ahead of the sticks right here. The Aztecs, part of the story, they're having success throwing the football, but really the Rebels have done an excellent job of stopping the run game. They're trying to basically force San Diego State to beat them throwing the football. And the Aztecs are obliging, but this is a big second and long here. If you're expecting pressure, running a screen or a draw is a good play call.
Greg Bell bounces outside, trying to get to the edge. Caught from behind. Run down by Bryce Jackson.
Really good battle that time by left tackle Zach Thomas and the Will linebacker Adam Plant on the left side of the screen. Plant tries to jump inside and then is able to get himself off the ball. And it's finally the free safety, Bryce Jackson, that comes down and makes a play. Plant was peeking inside. Thomas made him pay. And now it's a makeable third and medium to long here.
from the 43. This is a good tackling team, secondary and linebackers especially.
Big physical secondary that'll love to tackle on the perimeter, quickly address the crossers.
Blitz comes. Johnson hit and dropped. Windman. Ball popped out. Rebels say they have it. They do. UNLV has the football.
Those are game-changing plays there. We talked about Windman.
Bully on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense, first down.
Oh, he's down, it looks like. I think this is going to get reviewed and overturned.
No question there, but still.
Previous play of a fumble is under further review.
To get the sack on third down like that, and what an incredibly acrobatic move there by Jacoby Windman, who jumped straight over the running back who was trying to block him.
All right, now the original call holds weight here because the call is fumble. So you have to be indisputable in the evidence. You can't see the ball, but it looks like it's held there. So
there's nothing to review here, Rich. This is going to get overturned.
I'm with you.
Johnson was well down.
That's a good look. That's a great look. Great job by the truck. We've had like 4 different looks, 4 different views.
So Windman came in tonight with 2 sacks. Here he is right there, jumps right over the back and gets his second of the night, giving him 5 on the year. Just tremendous athleticism there, jumping right over Greg Bell. Not a very good technique there by Bell to take on a linebacker. You want to front him up and be square and butt him up for that very reason.
That is extraordinary.
After reviewing the play, the runner is down at the 35-yard line. It'll be fourth down.
And this is back-to-back weeks that Windman's had a sack over a running back. Last week it was running back 0 who wanted no parts of Windman, turned down the contact, and Windman starting to find his groove running over running backs to get sacks.
Marcus Arroyo's team going to get the football back, but this is where the not-so-secret weapon is employed for San Diego State. The best punter in NCAA history in distance right now, averaging over 52 yards a punt.
Affectionately call him Quadzilla. That big left leg of his is powerful. The officials trying to get the down marker fixed. It's cycling past 4, so it's still showing 3. 1, 2, 3.
They have an electronic down marker there. Time to reboot.
There it was.
Well, they still need to get it. There you go. Up to 4.
The crowd's giving them some cheers.
So Matt Ariza, junior out of San Diego.
Returners 55 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
Well, they got some heat on him, but he really roots this one out. That one's going to get, at the 5. He's a rock star, this guy. Ariza, 58 yards, and it checks up, and it's down at the 6.
Rich, hidden yardage is a huge part of football games. When you have a weapon like a punter with a leg like that, over the course of a game, it makes a huge difference.
Now, Ryan Stonehouse has been a terrific punter in his career at Colorado State. But remember, he's punting at about 5,000 feet. Rise is punting at sea level most of his games.
He's got the all-time FBS record for 60-yard punts, for 50-yard punts, and you take a look at his net punting, his average there. This guy's the best there's ever been in college.
And he's a really good field goal kicker, too.
Yeah,
add that to the list.
And he's added some ice water to his veins, making a couple game-winning field goals as of late.
Now the Rebels. Rogers fires. And that play blown up quickly. That's Alecki who makes the hit on Charles Williams.
It's the first time we've seen Charles Williams out of the backfield catch the football and not run for 30 or 40.
That's a good point.
It's a good adjustment by the Aztecs of checking down on him.
But again, I mean, the night looked like it was lost for UNLV when Cameron Friel went out. Friel, and you heard Jenny's report. And here's Rogers, 7 of 8 now for 129 yards in his place. Four-man rush. Rogers with time, pumps, flag. The throw is enough for a first down. Caught in traffic is Griffin. He had the touchdown catch. But I think this is coming back.
It's going to be a hold on the left side of the offensive line.
Holding number 71, offense. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
Davion McDaniel, the left tackle. Here he is right here. I think it's going to be a stunt where I think Banks is going to come inside on him. He gets chipped and goes inside, and you have to find a way to square yourself out, and he just has that right arm and does almost a pirouette there. Sometimes the backs can chip and almost help too much, and look like that's what happened to McDaniel there. But you always appreciate that chip, Rich.
Yes.
A lot of space out there for left tackles.
Not a lot of space behind Rogers. He's lined up in the end zone. Second down and 11. Williams busts it out. Nice move. Leans forward. He's shy of the first down, but that's a big pickup on second and long. Noah Avenger made the stop. This will be third down and about 3.
This is going to be the longest run of the night by any running back, and this is the explosiveness of Williams. It was a light box by the Aztecs, and one of the things that he's so good at is his vision. The eyes lead the feet. It's the most important characteristic of a running back, but unfortunately it looks like Williams might have got banged up there. Something to keep an eye on.
He's out on a third down and about 2.
Javon Wilson now in the backfield with Rogers.
Rogers, blitz comes, has time, fires it, right sideline, caught in stride. That's Jenkins racing down the sideline. Jenkins still on his feet, knocked out of bounds at the 6.
That's just one-on-one coverage and a beautiful throw by the quarterback. Perfectly placed football. Noah Avenger was behind. We've seen Jenkins struggle with the football, but his vertical speed is unquestioned. He needs to protect that football and stop being cute there. And a great touchdown-saving tackle there at the end.
Williams is back in, and he gets the football to the 5. Maybe a yard, second down and goal. Helping up his big left guard, Julio Garcia.
And that's Patrick McMorris, the Aztec position. We talked about him being critical to this 3-3-5 defense. That last run took way too long to develop, and it allowed the defenders for the Aztecs to start canceling gaps and close things up.
This would be an enormous shot in the arm to the Rebels.
With this kid's arm, I'd take a one-on-one shot down here, the left side of the screen.
Rogers a little option pitch. Williams to the pylon. Touchdown. Flag down at the 5. Marcus Arroyo can't believe it.
I didn't see who was on.
Holding number 71, offense, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
That's the left tackle, the second on this drive, Davion McDaniel, and he's backside of this play. Unacceptable for a tackle. They moved him over to the right side, and you see him grabbing up at the top on Laka. They switching up the alignments and moved McDaniel from the left side over to the right. And unfortunately, it erases what would have been Charles Williams' first rushing touchdown ever against the Aztecs.
Still second down, but now all the way out to the 15. Second and goal. Justin Rogers on the move. Will keep it. Rogers slides to the 7. Third and goal from the 7-yard line.
Tremendous mobility there by Rogers. Great decision to pull that football He didn't elect to throw the football and force it like we'd seen Cameron Friel do throughout the season. With those 10 interceptions he came in to tonight's game with, and this gives them a makeable third down here. Obviously 3rd and goal. They want to get this ball in the end zone. Use this young man's arm.
Rebels don't throw to their tight ends here. They don't have a tight end touchdown reception on their team. Blitz comes. Back foot throw, corner, caught, touchdown, the tight end, Faulo. How about that?
So much good on this. The first touchdown of the year by Faulo on the perfect throw by Rodgers. And just an incredible blocking up front across the board. UNLV with the huge answer here to start the second half.
94 yards, 6 plays, a couple crushing penalties along the way, and they overcame them both. Justin Rodgers off the bench. Crank that thing up. That's right. The Rebels hanging in there against number 19, San Diego State.
Old Trapper Beefs, last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Here's a direct question. How long are you planning on keeping your new smile? Yeah, so shouldn't it be guaranteed for life? Smile Direct Club has this really clever name for it. Lifetime Smile Guarantee. And their doctors straighten your teeth for 60% less than Invisalign. So, to review, doctor-directed, 60% less, lifetime smile guarantee. Get a smile you love for life. Your life. Choose Smile. Choose Direct.
Smile Direct Club.
When you spend all year serving others, when you lead by example, you don't just land on the nice list. You get rewarded by becoming the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Celebrate all the good you've done this year at the Ram Black Friday sales event.
Get 1 full year of no extra cost Sirius XM on us and 0% financing for 72 months plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
Grand Canyon University, a Christian university, is one of the largest universities in the country. Online students at GCU received over $100 million in scholarships in 2020. See what scholarships you qualify for. Find your purpose at gcu.edu/myoffer.
Meet Disco's Repairing Eye Stick. Formulated by an Ivy League dermatologist to reduce puffiness, minimize dark circles, and reduce fine lines. Clean, portable, highly rated, and science-backed. Get yours at letsdisco.com.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, where the Rebels just scored a touchdown to make it a 1-score game. A couple things you'll notice. First is the incredible block by Charles Williams here. And then you're going to see the tie end, Giovanni Faulo, with a nice move. This big dude is 6'2", 255 pounds. Look at the move on the corner route he puts on Patrick McMorris in one-on-one coverage. You add a perfect throw to that by Rodgers, and UNLV offensively is getting themselves right back in this ball game. That was Faulo's first touchdown reception of the year. A beautiful route. And my goodness, Rich, the best throw we've probably seen this team make all season.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rodgers right now is 9 of 10, 217 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kagan Williams to the 18, and that's about it. Let me check in with Jenny Dell. Jenny?
Yeah, at the half, I talked to Brady Hoke about his game plan with Rodgers now being their quarterback, and he said, you know, we played against him last year. He's tough out there. He actually said he runs the ball better than Friel. Obviously, we've seen his arm strength in the last few plays. He said our defense is prepared for it all, but just seeing Hoke on the sideline after that last touchdown, he was not happy with his defense, guys.
Not at all. And if you're just joining us, Jenny had the report on Cameron Friel turf toe after that sack back in the first half, and he went into the locker room. Obviously hasn't returned.
Right tackle.
That's the 4th on the offensive line.
False start, number 75. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And that's a change to the lineup. Desmond Besant did not start this game. Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon did. But Crenshaw-Dixon also had a false start prior to this, and you wonder if that's why the decision to make a switch was made.
Johnson pulls it, throws it. Oh, man, that was not only batted down, but it almost hit Beaudry right in the chest.
We haven't called Beaudry's name much tonight, but he's a playmaker. Gets that paw out there. That was a RPO. The offensive line comes off, and the quarterback's discretion to throw it.
I think Beaudry would like to have that one back because I mean, he reached, and all of a sudden it was a lot closer than maybe he thought it was.
He would have loved to have gotten an interception, but a PBU is just as good right there at the line of scrimmage as it is 20 yards downfield.
2nd down and 15. And this is Bell.
There's Beaudry.
Beaudry in on the hit along with Kolo Waske.
We talked about this UNLV defense, Rich, coming into this game, and I said, man, I got to tell you, I think these guys are going to be a challenge for San Diego State. They're playing physically. You look at their defensive line with Eliel Amare, Kolo Wasake, Tavis Malakias, but it's really been the play of Kyle Beaudry filling in for their playmaker, Asana Giake, who's out for the season with a wrist injury that's really jumping off on tape.
3rd and 11. Blitz comes. Flushed is Johnson and caught and dropped. It's Windman again. The last time he had to jump over a blocker to sack him. This time he chased him down.
His 3rd sack of the night. Go ahead and roll it, guys. This guy's relentlessness is unparalleled. He doesn't give up. He comes from that 2nd level again, up through the B gap, unblocked, and shows up so quickly that Johnson has nothing to do except get himself sacked. What an incredible set of downs for this defense.
Ariza deep in his end zone. And this is a low line driver that lands at midfield and will take a San Diego State bounce and roll out to the 36-yard line. Just a 58-yard punt. 6.5 minutes left in this 3rd. UNLV toe-to-toe with number 19 San Diego State.
It's not ringing sleigh bells or glistening snow that makes a winter wonderland. It's you after you find it, score it, load it, inflate it, hang it, unbox it, string it, light it, launch it, and fly it. And after all that, you've nailed it. So go ahead and admire it. Make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Why do nearly 1 million businesses choose Stamps.com to mail and ship? No more trips to the post office. No more paying full price for postage. And great rates from USPS and UPS. Mail letters. Ship packages. Anytime, anywhere. For less. A lot less. Get our special TV offer. A 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale. Go to Stamps.com/try and never go to the post office again.
Here's to the spatially challenged, the nearsighted and the far. Here's to the sense of directionless, to the dingers, denters, and that should buff right outers. At Good to Go, we see you and know that accidents happen. Good to Go is here to give you auto insurance when others won't. For as little as $20 down and low monthly payments, Good to Go makes it easy to get approved, insured, and back on the road fast. Get the coverage you need, instant proof of insurance, and be on your way. Just promise you won't drive too fast. When others say no, we say you're good to go. Visit goodtogo.com.
An electric guitar that hits all the right notes. Extraordinary. A coffee tea alarm clock that wakes up your senses. Unreal. A QR code that lets you explore and revel in a curated selection of the world's most unique and unexpected tech, fashion, home, and adventure items. Wondrous. Open your phone's camera, scan the code, and discover all that awaits you at touchofmodern.com.
Sunday, Week 11 on the NFL on CBS. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens against the Bears, Bengals, and Raiders right here at Allegiant Stadium. Get ready for all the day's action. Noon Eastern, the NFL today. The NFL this Sunday on CBS. Let's go down to Jenny Dell.
Yeah, the Rebels right now playing on artificial turf, but for Sunday's game, the Raiders will play on a grass field. That field has the ability to move in and out of the stadium in its entirety. So the grass can get optimal sunlight. The 2+ acres of grass, it's on a tray that weighs 19 million pounds, is 4 feet deep. It takes about 90 minutes to get the field in place, guys, and more on this after the play.
Yeah, and Jenny and Aaron, we walk right by that field on our way into this place. This is Williams. And I don't know if you guys felt like I did the first time I saw it. I wanted to hop back on and run around on it, and sitting out in the sun, right?
I know Aaron's very excited about this. We've been talking about it for quite some time. So the field I'm standing on right now, this will be rolled up and stored. And this Sunday, it'll be Ian Eagle, Charles Williams, Evan Washburn. They'll be on the call as the Cincinnati Bengals are coming into Vegas. Now, I talked to Coach Arroyo, Charles Davis, excuse me. I talked to Coach Arroyo. He told me that he went to a Raiders game a few weeks back, and his goal is to create that type of environment for Rebels games.
Well, Jay, I'll tell you what, Charles Davis would love Charles Williams, who has been terrific all year long.
I got Charles Williams on my mind right now.
That's okay, with good reason. That's a heck of a catch. Griffin, this, I mean, look, number 19 San Diego State feels like they're on the ropes right now.
And their pass defense has been a little suspect at times this season, and UNLV's starting to exploit them a little bit. Might be on Sagoon Alubi, number 24, that looked like he was leading with his head a little bit there.
UNLV right now is ahead in just about every statistical category in this game. Let's watch 24. His shoulder was pointed, but the head hit first, and he hit his own man.
There's no question that there's contact. He makes it with his own player, but he's leading with his shoulder.
Personal foul, targeting, number 24, defense. Previous play is under further review.
The fact that he led with his head and the helmet was down.
I disagree, Rich. I think he led with his shoulder, and basically the head was incidental contact. As the players, and the contact he makes is with Taylor Hawkins, his own guy. But to me, he's not leading with his head. He's leading with his shoulder, even though there was contact with his own player. I think this is going to get overturned, or should. We've seen a lot of Sagoon Alubi. We know he's a physical guy, but to me, the intention of this rule is to make the game safer, and I thought that was a clean look with few, if any, indicators that he was leading with his head or targeting the head or neck area, the receiver.
After reviewing the play, there is no foul for targeting. It'll be a first down.
You're on it on that one.
And I want to give the officials a lot of credit nationwide. They're starting to look at this thing a little bit more carefully, and they've heard from coaches, they've heard from players. They're making improvements where if a player is called for targeting, he doesn't have to leave the field. But that was a really well officiated play there by this crew.
Justin Rogers didn't start this game. Cameron Friel did. He's out for the rest of the game, and you just saw those numbers, 10 of 11, well over 200 yards, 2 touchdown throws, and a 1st and 10 here. Quick bubble on the screen, on the sideline. That's Marcus Phillips, and Phillips races out of bounds.
Well, the story of the night has really been quarterback Justin Rogers, who's throwing a beautiful ball. There's 3 types of throws: a drive throw, a touch throw, and a firm with arc. These firm with arc throws, these fades, these slants are beautiful. He's putting just the right amount of velocity and air under his throws, and the production speaks for itself.
If you're watching this and you're thinking, man, this is an anomaly, the UNLV's not any good, just remember they've had the 2 top recruiting classes in the Mountain West Conference the last 2 years under Marcus Arroyo, so they have talent, and they have started to play better. Their losses by 4 to Utah State, by 7 to San Jose State. University of Texas San Antonio, that's a top 20 team. They went on the road and lost by 7 to them. So, yeah, they hadn't won a game until 2 weeks ago. But they were so close to some really good teams.
They were, and talking with this staff all week, they said winning those last 2 weeks validated everything we were saying, which gets hard if you count the 6 losses last year, the 8 prior to those wins, 14 losses in a row for this junior and senior class. But their hard work has finally paid off. It looks like it may pay off if this can stay up here tonight.
He'll keep it, and he's got the first down. That's a nifty decision and move by Rogers. Sefo Mailongi made the stop for San Diego State.
This is just a zone read. He's reading the end man on the line of scrimmage. It's a perfect read right there. He almost gets tackled. The receiver misses his block, but the athleticism is just enough to get to the line to gain.
Shreveport, Louisiana, and we noted earlier was one of the top recruits at TCU. Didn't play a lot there. Transferred, played a little bit last year, but I mean, last year for everybody was somewhat of a lost year because of COVID. Rogers play action, stands tall, fires deep, man open, Jenkins! He's got it! Another big throw from Rogers and another explosive play.
This play starts because of great protection up front. Rogers has nobody in his face and another dime. Rich, a dime. You cannot throw that football any better in tight double coverage than Rogers did right there.
Look who's on the doorstep again.
The Aztecs are on their heels, and UNLV is starting to feel themselves. We talked about the importance of the red zone. Another great opportunity here for the Rebels to take the lead.
Play clock was down to 2. Rebels are going to burn a timeout. We will step aside in Vegas.
Since being the first to make wipers over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in all kinds of weather. Torrential downpours, gale force winds, wintry blasts, even when it's raining cats and dogs. Hey, who came up with that phrase anyway? Just imagine if it actually started. All right. No matter what the conditions, Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, even in the harshest weather metaphors.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great play starts the night before. My Sleep Number 360 smart bed tracks my circadian rhythm, average heart rate, and breathing rate, so I know how well I'm sleeping. It's also temperature balancing, so I stay cool. And it senses my movement and automatically adjusts to help keep me comfortable all night. Sleep Number takes care of the science, so I can focus on other things. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed is on sale now, only from Sleep Number.
This is called momentum. And there's no off-season. It's work that builds on itself. Over and over and over again.
One more, let's go.
No perfect scenario, no perfect conditions. Just a continuous journey of improvement. Through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Get great prices and fast free shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
In Las Vegas, UNLV down 4 and on the doorstep against number 19, San Diego State. And the importance of this game, Fresno State, remember, beat San Diego State. They have the tiebreaker over them. Nevada lost tonight in triple overtime. If San Diego State drops this game, suddenly it's 5-2 and 5-2 with one game left in the West.
And that means that Fresno State would win that tiebreaker if it stayed there. So as we've been talking about all night long, there is a ton at stake, and UNLV is red hot with a ton of momentum inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal from the 4. Charles Williams behind Justin Rogers, who's been absolutely splendid tonight. Whoa, ball's loose. Rogers, I think, got it back. San Diego State is a very good red zone defense.
They're outstanding on both sides of the football, including on defense. I'd imagine that Justin Rogers, because of the movement, took his eye off the snap for just a second, and that's why he dropped it.
Horizon red zone here. One trip, one touchdown. Another trip, a field goal. So they're 2 for 2, but 1 for 2 with getting in the end zone. San Diego State shows blitz. Low snap, here they come. Fired to the corner, no one's there. There's a flag down low.
The offsides on San Diego State. Off the in-line, the line of scrimmage.
They'll get to keep the down.
And get a full 5 yards.
Offside, number 18. Defense lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. Still second down.
And that's their captain, Old Man Thompson. Only Aztec to have played a football game in 6 different seasons. A little too excited there.
Brady Hoke is also the defensive line coach, defensive specialist in his career. He has the Aztecs at number 19 in the college football playoff standings. So back inside the 5 they are. It's second down and goal.
Back-to-back times we've seen motion. They like the matchup that gives it.
Rogers fakes right, goes left. Can he get there? No. Your guy, Trenton Thompson.
That's a great makeup there. I really thought they had a chance to get this ball out here to this side to maybe Williams. The left tackle there, Davion McDaniels, just can't get his block fully. And Trenton Thompson, who got the penalty the play before, more than makes up for it by defeating the block of an offensive lineman and making the tackle on the perimeter.
Third down and goal. Remember, they threw to the far right corner on third down and goal last possession. 9th play, 60 yards already on the drive. Blitz comes. Rogers again to the right corner. Deflected, incomplete. Dallas Branch was there. Steve Jenkins, the intended receiver.
Really nice job of sorting this out and sinking on it by Dallas Branch. They wanted to go to the bunch set, but his eyes are on it the entire time. That would have been a really tough catch because of how long it took the football to get to Jenkins. But a field goal nonetheless shrinks this lead, but a touchdown's what they wanted.
Second time tonight that the red zone defense of San Diego State has forced UNLV into a field goal attempt. They hit the first one, and Gutierrez knocks the second one through. A little closer now is Marcus Arroyo and the Rebels. A 1-point game. San Diego State up by only a point in Vegas to UNLV. Geico difference makers. We got a good number of them. Start with Jesse Matthews.
His second 2-touchdown game of the season. San Jose State being the first one. He's a moneymaker in the red zone. But how about Justin Rogers coming off the bench? Look at that, Rich. 12 for 14 for 275 yards. So not just accurate, but pushing the ball down the field. And Jacoby Windman defensively has been outstanding tonight.
3 sacks. And plenty of time and a lot more football left here in Las Vegas. Allegiant Stadium. As you saw with Jenny Dell, it's a different surface for UNLV than for the Raiders. This is field turf. The Raiders have a grass field that rolls right out into a big spot. That one through the end zone. All right, Mr. Windman, watch this highlight reel.
Oh, man, watch this ghost move right there. Just runs right around Zach Thomas. Disciplined to squeeze the gap, but maintain leverage in the run game. Completely hops over Greg Bell for his second sack, and finally comes from the second level for his third sack of the night. Rich, this young man, the coaches raved and raved about him, said nobody loves football more on this team than number 4.
It looks like he's actually propelled in those plays, like someone shot him out of a cannon.
Extremely athletic.
Johnson swings it out, and that's Jordan Byrd who makes the catch. And we check in with Jenny Dell.
Yeah, to add on what you were just talking about, AT, when talking to defensive coordinator Peter Hansen about Jacoby Windman, he said he's happy-go-lucky, but he's locked in. He's also in charge of the huddle breaks, so they try to keep it loose but focused, trying to find the fine line between both, and that's Windman's natural personality. His favorite break motto is 1, 2, 3, grave diggers.
I love it.
We were all a little surprised by that one. Bird.
There's our guy. Missed the tackle, though.
Beaudry almost got him. Phillip Hill. There's just the pursuit doesn't end with these guys.
We talked about the pursuit of the Aztecs, but there's a lot of guys in black running. At first, you're going to see Beaudry, number 44. He's going to come underneath and force it to spill out there. But then again, it's Windman maintaining leverage to pull this up short of the sticks, and now it's 4th down decision-making for San Diego State as the end of the third quarter winds itself up.
Brady Hoke watching the final seconds of the third quarter expire. It's been a fun ride so far here in the Mountain West. Number 19, San Diego State, 21, UNLV with a lot of big plays, neck and neck, down a point. You're watching college football. And so much on the line for number 19, San Diego State, and a slim 1-point lead headed into the fourth on the road in Las Vegas. And look at this. Look at the total yardage that UNLV has run up. 361 yards, 342 of those through the air. 3rd down and 1.
Got the speedster Jordan Byrd in there.
And he busts loose. Bird's got the speed, and he's taken down inside the 20-yard line. And San Diego State gets an explosive play and is in a great spot.
This is just an off-tackle play, and they have leverage. Just an incredible block there by left tackle Zachary Thomas. The key block on that springs Byrd, and a saving tackle that prevented a touchdown by Noel Williams, the cornerback there, showing some speed. We talked about it. We mentioned him right before the play. They got the speedster in there, and boy, did he deliver.
The 47-yarder, as you saw, longest play of the night for San Diego State. Lucas Johnson. And that is Greg Bell. Williams, another tackle. That's a gain of a couple. Now the red zone defense of UNLV tested.
It's been really interesting tonight, the battle of the big plays. The Aztecs have really struggled to be explosive. Coming into tonight, only 15 runs of 20-plus yards, second in the Mountain West. But they can tackle that one up to the tally. That's a play they desperately needed.
17-yard line of UNLV. Johnson pulls it, fires it. Oh, it's intercepted!
Wow.
Ricky Johnson! What a pick! That was something. There you go. Pull that hammer down. They're wearing that slot machine out tonight.
2 weeks ago, Ricky Johnson didn't have any interceptions. 2 a week ago, and one huge one here tonight in the red zone. The Aztecs were making plays, but it's the defense of the Rebels that showed up when it mattered.
That's the thing about claims, you see. They don't happen on your schedule. I mean, take a chestnut. It doesn't just say, "Oh, beg pardon, sir, but is now a good time for a jolly bit of window cracking?" I mean, if they did, you wouldn't need a Geico claims team that's available 24/7. But, near as I can tell, chestnuts don't talk. Or maybe they're just really quiet.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Well, got things to do, Mr. Chestnut, so...
It's not 1,000 lights twinkling that makes their holidays special. It's you. And 20 volts whirring, 10 dishes warming, 8 guests arriving, 42 inches rolling, 1 million leaves blowing, or 1 gift card gifting. If you can't make up your mind, make the holidays yours with Black Friday prices now through December. At the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is called momentum. And there's no off-season. It's work that builds on itself. Over and over and over again. No perfect scenario, no perfect conditions, just a continuous journey of improvement. Through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
Okay, Cooper, we're coming.
Ooh, we're almost ready. It's time. Watch out for Hank.
Downstairs, guys. Let's go.
Happy holidays from Chewy.
(21-20), UNLV gets the ball back. Start of this fourth quarter. College football continues tomorrow. Triple header starts at noon. UMass and Army, ECU at Navy, and then Wyoming at Utah State. And that's a huge game for a lot of people in the Mountain Division. You can see where Utah State sits. Air Force with that triple overtime win draws themselves to 5-2. Boise State looking to get to 5-2. And over here on the West, late night, number 19, San Diego State. I told you at the outset, we said this isn't a layup for the number 19 team in the country to come in here against 2-8 UNLV, and it has not been easy. Rogers keeps it, slides in with a gain of about 4. How about this interception?
This is just making a play on the football. There was contact there. The receiver had the football in his hands, but because Johnson broke on it so quickly, he was able to break it up, and then Lady Luck was on his side and it fell right into his lap. Lucas Johnson has to be careful. That's just a gotcha. That's not necessarily a bad throw or bad decision by him. He must maintain his confidence and not let that last play affect him.
2nd down and 7. Rogers this time nowhere to go, flushed, looking, throwing, out of bounds. There are so many storylines in this football game. This may be the big one. Brady Hoke's defense prepared for Cameron Friel and knocked him out of the game with a tackle and a turf toe. And in came Justin Rogers, cold off the bench. And all he's done is rip off 12 of 15 for 275 and 2 touchdowns.
He's been masterful tonight, but on that last play, Jonah Tavai, the nose tackle, who's a big-bodied run stuffer, completely bull rushed the center back into his face, and that forced the pressure in the errant throw. The Aztecs, if they can continue to get pressure, will be able to affect Rogers' accuracy.
3rd down and 7, 3-man rush, and they get to him. Cam Thomas.
Really interesting technique here by the Aztecs. You're going to see Cameron Thomas lined up here. This is a ghost technique. None of the defensive linemen are in 3-point stances. He beats the tight end who lets him go. And the sack master, the superstar Sud, gets his 9.5 sack of the season. He was basically unblocked. The tight end Faolo just kind of chipped him and wanted to get out into the pass rush, but back-to-back pressure plays get a huge stop for the Aztecs after the turnover.
San Diego State gets close to that punt. Silva knocks it to midfield. And Bird with a fair catch, and that is inside UNLV territory, just a 36-yard punt. 3 sacks last week. Cam Thomas takes down Justin Rogers. 1-point game.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great play starts the night before. My Sleep Number 360 smart bed tracks my circadian rhythm, average heart rate, and breathing rate, so I know how well I'm sleeping. It's also temperature balancing, so I stay cool. And it senses my movement and automatically adjusts to help keep me comfortable all night. Sleep Number takes care of the science, so I can focus on other things. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed is on sale now, only from Sleep Number.
One car accident. Everything just fell apart. My car insurance dropped me. I got a ticket for driving uninsured, so I couldn't drive to work. Now I'm behind on the rent. What's next?
Need car insurance? A bad driving record doesn't have to stop you. Get coverage for as little as $20 down with Good to Go auto insurance and proof of insurance on the spot. Visit goodtogo.com and get things back on track. Visit goodtogo.com. That's good, the number 2, go.com.
It was the beginning of time when Sky Woman fell from the sky onto the turtle's back. She brought with her the seeds of life, strength, medicine, song, dance, and sports. For the Haudenosaunee, the Creator's Game is not only a game, but an act of healing, unity, and conflict resolution. Sports came from indigenous peoples across all directions on Turtle Island. Despite 500 plus years of colonization, sports continue to be played on our lands and territories, now a tradition shared by others across the world. For our indigenous youth, athletics teach discipline, sacrifice, commitment, and community. From Olympic gold medalist Jim Thorpe to Rinaldi Basenti, Rosalie Fish, and Kyrie Irving, sports thread healing and wellness among our people and connect us to the natural world. We join CBS Sports in celebrating indigenous athletes of the past, present, and future.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Acura, precision crafted performance. And by Stat Sports.
I know it's late, but this has been a terrific football game. Number 19, San Diego State, a 1-point lead over UNLV, who did not have a win on the season until 2 weeks ago. They knocked off New Mexico on the road. They beat Hawaii as well. Lucas Johnson, right at midfield. There's pressure. Pressure on number 19, San Diego State. And here's why. San Diego State's 5-1, but they lost to Fresno State, who has the head-to-head. Nevada lost in triple overtime tonight. And so San Diego State is at number 19 in the college football playoffs. And they're in a great spot. Win out, and they are hosting the championship game. Second down, 9. Johnson's throw. Uh-oh. It's up in the air. And it's incomplete. Wow. That was a near disaster. Beaudry was in the middle of everything there, and I'm not sure what the ball hit, but it almost looked like it was kicked on its way down.
It was kicked, I think, by Shavers. He missed it, and his back right heel kicks it up like it's a hacky sack.
And Beaudry almost had the pick. Nice play by Chance Bell there.
Excellent job. Excellent job by Bell, Rich. You were all over that. He was trying to block him, but he ended up playing DB and prevented the interception. We've seen Beaudry with his hand on several balls tonight.
And it's 3rd down and 9, and they run it, and it's Chance Bell, and he goes nowhere. That's an odd call on 3rd down and 9. This is 4th down and a long 7. What do you do here, Aaron Taylor? You got to punt the football.
You got to punt this ball away, and what you're watching happening is UNLV feeling confident. They smell blood. They're being aggressive. They're absolutely whipping San Diego State with one of the most physical offensive lines on the West Coast. They're whipping them at the line of scrimmage. And what you're going to start to see, and the Aztecs have to be careful, is that pressure starts to mount. Can they withstand it?
Riza looking for a little chip shot. End over end. And the special teams are really special at San Diego State. That is down at the 1-yard line. 1 point lead for number 19 San Diego State. A lot of time and a lot of football left here in Las Vegas on CBS Sports Network, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky.
The Golasso Show is back with the best of the UEFA Champions League.
Every game live.
It's the one place you can sit back and know you won't miss a thing. The Golasso Show on CBS Sports Network.
Why does car shopping always seem so painful? Now, Bumper.com makes it easy. With inventory from over 50,000 dealerships and private listings, your next great car awaits. Bumper.com.
Banks have free coffee, but Marcus by Goldman Sachs has personal loans with no fees, ever. That tastes free. You can money.
Since being the first to make wipers over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in all kinds of weather. Torrential downpours, gale force winds, wintry blasts, even when it's raining cats and dogs. Hey, who came up with that phrase anyway? Just imagine if it actually started... All right. No matter what the conditions, Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, even in the harshest weather metaphors.
Last year, when lines for food banks across the country stretched for miles, Jersey Mike's raised important funds to help secure 46 million meals for families in need. But the challenge remains.
Thanks, Claire, for all you and Feeding America continue to do for millions across the nation. So now we invite you back to help raise critical funds for families in need. Join us this Saturday and Sunday and make a difference.
To my NWSL teammates, all the fans, coaching staff, support staff, this is a team sport, and I could not have done it without all of them.
(21-20), number 19 San Diego State on top of UNLV. UNLV backed up inside their own 1-yard line on another great punt by Matt Ariza. It's been a while since we've seen him throw the ball to Charles Williams out of the backfield. That's been a nice play for them tonight. They just want some breathing room here, and they're not going to get much.
Yeah, this is a really precarious spot for an offense. The data shows if you don't get a first down here at UNLV, that the Aztecs will have a 70+% chance of scoring points on the ensuing possession. You also have to maintain ball security and make sure that you have clean center quarterback exchanges. And if you hand the football off, you can't get any immediate penetration and risk a safety.
Remember, one of the scores for San Diego State was a pick 6 deep in this territory. Williams does get some breathing room. He's out to the 5, but it's 3rd down and 6.
We've seen UNLV, Rich, score earlier in the game, a 94-yard drive. This would be a 99.5-yard drive. They could somehow score at the end of this one, but they've got to play here with a 3rd and long with the Aztecs that have shown an ability to get pressure. Back-to-back pressure plays that ended with a sack on the previous drive. Let's see if the Aztecs can get it again.
3rd and 6. They show blitz.
Down below, quick out.
Play clock's down.
Take a timeout.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout was called by UNLV. Second charge of the half.
9:09 left. And UNLV has one timeout left.
That
This will be a
could loom
30-second timeout.
All right, accurate keys to the game revisited.
Well, we talked about the offense need to continue the pass game. 171 pass yards, 8.1 yards per attempt, not that bad. Defensively, keep Williams contained. They've certainly done that, but they've been very porous with the big plays through the air. And the Rebels offensively, stay patient with the run game and find explosive. Run game hasn't been anywhere to be found, but they've been excellent through the air. And defensively, match San Diego State's physicality. My goodness, have they certainly done that.
Maybe exceeded it at times. So 3rd down and 6. And all of those things you talked about, ball security, all come into play here. Williams back there with Rodgers. There's that ghost formation by the line. Rodgers in trouble. Steps out of the end zone. Spins out and gets himself actually out to the 8-yard line. Caden McDonald made the stop. And they need a big punt here from Evan Silva.
You mentioned that ghost formation. It makes it very hard on the offensive lineman to know who blocked. It throws the timing off. Good job by Rodgers there. It was a little precarious early where he tiptoed in the end zone, but nonetheless, he was able to get himself out, not leaving a whole lot of room for their punter, but better than it would have been.
And here's one of the differences between these two teams. Evan Silva doesn't have the leg that Ariza does in a spot where they really need a boomer. And you know what? He gets into this one pretty well.
Sure does.
All the way back to the 40-yard line, but room for Bird to maneuver, and he gets back to midfield. 53-yard punt, a good one from Evan Silva. That was Ariza-like. 21-20, San Diego State.
Sure, banks might offer you free coffee. But Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees. So what's more important? A smart way to borrow that could help you consolidate debt, or coffee that tastes like it was brewed by a bank? Because it was. You can money.
On a Suspicious Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Howdy, Logan. Wonder if you can help me out with something.
Sure, Sheriff.
Looking for a couple of goalposts. Went missing after the big win last night.
What? That's awful. Who would steal a goalpost?
Say, that is a nice new swing set you got there.
Oh, this old thing. Well, makes the boy happy, I guess.
Interesting design.
Oh, yeah, it's Scandinavian. You know what? You should check the streakers across the street. They have a very suspicious new antenna.
Thanks for the tip.
Anytime, Sheriff.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
Smile Direct Club. These are Smile Direct Club aligners. They're laser cut for comfort to gently straighten teeth under a doctor's direction. They can turn a smile like this into a smile like this in as little as 4 to 6 months for less than $3 a day. So choose comfortable. Choose fast. Choose affordable. Choose smile. See how much insurance will cover at SmileDirectClub.com.
With FanDuel Fantasy, you can make your dream team a reality again and again. Make your pulse go up and down and up again. Make your team rises in the ranks with every play all day long. And if you get your lineup just right, you can make big season-long wins without the season-long waits. Make every small moment add up to one big moment with FanDuel Fantasy. New customers get up to a $500 bonus on your first deposit. FanDuel, make every moment more.
In Las Vegas, 8.5 minutes left. Thanks for staying up, kids.
Oh, man, you're getting emotional up here, Rich.
Yeah, a little something in the throat there. Coming up next, Brent and the gang will wrap up the night's action, get you set for tomorrow's big slate inside college football. God bless them, they're still up.
Man.
24
Danny
hour
Cannell's turtleneck's probably wilted. He's so laid back there.
Best record in FBS. Games decided by 7 or fewer points. San Diego State is a perfect 5-0. Oklahoma, Louisiana. Look at UTSA. They can wrap up their division title with the win tomorrow in Conference USA.
They need poise in this sort of situation. 13 yards away from their target line to kick a field goal, but they don't want that. They want touchdown.
Johnson on the run, on the money. Cody makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
I got to tell you, man, Elijah Cody has been money tonight. And another first down throw, Rich. I mean, this is simple pitch and catch. This has been an offense that has been woeful through the air at times. But as the year's gone on, they've really improved.
That was a bad spot. Cody looked like he had the first down by a couple of yards, and they mark it at the 41.
Horrible.
Bell gets the first down. It's a moot point now. Flag down from way, way back.
Wonder if that's a targeting call because of where it was.
Face mask. That's the initial call.
Personal foul, face mask, number 7, defense. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards from the end of the run. First down, San Diego State.
That's huge.
Adam Plant been making some plays tonight. He's being held, gets himself free, gets that big paw there, and yeah, just turns the neck of Bell. It's a really good job of the back judge spotting that from 25 yards away.
That's well within Ariza's field goal range here. Marcus Arroyo and UNLV have played a whale of a game tonight.
The Aztecs top 20 team in red zone touchdowns, among the best in the country.
Not quite there yet is Bell. Jacoby Windman there to make the stop. Remember the red zone pick. The last time they were here, Ricky Johnson made that great play on the corner. Second down and 8. Clock has melted to 7 minutes left. Brady Hoke and the Aztecs, a lot of pressure here, trying to get this win and get to next week against Boise State at 10-1. Johnson on second down. Quick flip. Matthews in traffic. And he gets to the 18. Adam Plant, who had the face mask penalty, makes the stop. They mark it at the 18.
UNLV's done a really nice job of matching the athleticism and actually dominating at times, to your point we were talking about earlier, out there on the perimeter. Now, they've given up some big runs. Jordan Byrd had a nice big run. Elijah Cody's certainly given them some problems, but I think the point I'm trying to underscore is that UNLV is much improved defensively. This is going to be a tough challenge for the Aztecs here.
Third down, 6. Bell. Windman got him, and he got him before the stick.
He's just before the stick, and it's decision time. A field goal here makes it a 4-point game with UNLV being able to push the field. And now we're going to see Matt Ariza come out with the Aztecs electing to be conservative here. And with the way that they've struggled to run the football, maybe the right call, but they are one of the best teams in the country on 4th down.
And remember, they had a fake field goal for a touchdown a couple weeks ago at Hawaii. Timeout, San Diego State.
Yeah.
San Diego State has called their first charge timeout, 30 seconds in length.
I was surprised that they were going for the field goal there. I'm not surprised that they want a second look at this maybe to discuss it, because if they get a touchdown here, Rich, it's significant. It makes it 27-20. If you go for a 2-point conversion, it then makes it a 2-score game.
You know, here's the unique thing. Both teams have their field goal units and the offense and defense in one big huddle. And now they have to look across the field to see who's left and decide, all right, we need the defense out there because it looks like the offense is coming out. And that's Peter Hansen, the defensive coordinator for UNLV.
Here's the offense. Scared money don't make no money. The Aztecs here, if they get the first down, they're thinking touchdown here. Touchdown gives them 27 points. If they go for 2, they have 29, which will make it a 2-score game, which is why they're wanting to go for it here on 4th down to keep this drive going.
Just a yard is all they need, and it looks like they've got it. Over the left side. And it's a 1st down, San Diego State. LaShawn Bell made the stop on Greg Bell. So that timeout and the decision by Brady Hoke, get the offense back out there, pays off.
It was huge. And the difference here is that Hoke and his staff are being aggressive. They're putting faith in their quarterback, in their offensive line to convert these, and they've delivered. You want to be a championship team, those are the plays you have to make.
Bell again. He's walloped at the 10. Kolowaske, the hit, along with Naki Fahima. Fahina, the junior out of Hawthorne. 2nd down, 9. And they could get a 1st down, San Diego State can, right around the 1-yard line.
Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I'd look here and also here. There's Jesse Matthews. The red zone, Rich, isn't about plays. It's about players. 45 is money down in the red zone. Maybe look to him here.
2 touchdown catches tonight. There is Matthews. Wow, as he popped. Immediately, Phillip Hill flying up from his strong safety spot, and there's a flag down.
That's my bad there. There's a player down, Rich. My mistake there, and unfortunately, it's their strong safety, Phillip Hill.
And it was Hill that came up and made the hit. No flag, just Hill down. And it's 3rd down and 6 from the 7.
Put the tape on of the game last week, and you noticed Hill coming up, man, just such a physical tackler. Showed some nice physicality against Hawaii. Was called for targeting. They reviewed it. It was clean. And he just triggered on that quickly. It's hard to see what happened. Just a great open field tackle till the cavalry could drive.
He's on a knee right now. To your point about physicality, it feels like, and I know it's just in 3 weeks, but it's been longer with all the close losses. Like UNLV is starting to turn the corner. They've recruited extremely well the last 2 years. They've upgraded their facilities exponentially with the new football center they opened on campus, and now moving into this beautiful stadium. And here they are, toe-to-toe with the number 19 team in the country, San Diego State, who's faced with 3rd down and 6 from the 7.
You're almost assuredly going to get yourself man coverage here. So if you're a wide receiver wearing a white jersey, you have to win your matchup. Pass rush and protection are critical here as well. .45's up top. That's where I'd go.
Cody's on the bottom. Johnson long count. Pulls it, fires it, Matthews got it! Touchdown! 3 tonight.
That's what I would go, and I would also go for 2 here. They've been aggressive. You go for 2, it gives yourself 29. Now it ties it with UNLV, who would maybe elect to go for 2 and try to win. It looks like the Aztecs are going to take the single point to make it an 8-point game. You go for 2 here and you get it. It's a 2-score game and almost assuredly ends it, especially because UNLV only has 1 timeout.
Well, rises out. Three and a half minutes left. Extra point is good, so they settle for the point. The lead is 8. Still a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from a tie game.
This was Matthews. We talked about identifying him up at top. And One-to-one coverage with Ricky Johnson. Ricky Johnson, who got the interception earlier, was a step too late, and just a great in-breaking route by Matthews for his third touchdown of the night.
You and I have seen a lot of San Diego State from the very start of this season, and one thing that Jeff Hecklinski, their offensive coordinator, told us was, our passing game is a work in progress, but we can see little by little progress. It's baby steps, but we're going to get there. And it feels like, you know, we watched the Nevada game. We had that game. It feels like Hecklinski's offense and the passing game has made some bigger strides the last few weeks and is a heck of a lot better than at the very start of the season.
It hadn't been a work in progress. It's been garbage. Let's just call it what it is. But to their credit, they've worked at it. And I got to say, it's looked really good these last 2 weeks. And that is a testament to Jeff Hecklinski and this staff and Lucas Johnson. Back and forth between starting and not starting and coming in and having ice water in his veins, and in back-to-back weeks making huge throws. And how about Jesse Matthews stepping up? It's been masterful. All the first down passes, the play calls, Hecklinski putting faith in his quarterback. It's been fun to watch this offense improve throwing the football.
Group of 5 teams ranked. Cincinnati at 5, Aztecs at 19. University of Texas San Antonio at 22. Houston is at 24. The Aztecs obviously hopeful that Cincinnati stubs its toe and does not win their championship game, because remember, to get to the New Year's Six from the group of 5, you have to be a conference champion.
The highest ranked group of 5 champion goes. Clearly Cincinnati is there. Whether they get there in the playoff or the New Year's Six game.
Rogers finds the tight end. Faolo scrambles out to the 33-yard line.
That's the thing that you're watching, but you're right. It's a long shot in any stretch for San Diego State to be that team, but they'll need some help with the Bearcats losing. And now it's UNLV who's fighting for their lives with time and 1 timeout. They've got plenty of time to march down the field, but they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it up.
Out to midfield. Nice tumbling catch by Marcus Phillips.
Your entire playbook is open. You can run the football here. You can run screens. You can throw over the middle of the field. You've got 3 minutes, and you're at midfield. You want to settle yourself down. This is where poise is at a premium.
Just short of midfield. 3-man rush. Rogers. Ball arrived just as Trenton Thompson arrived. And he makes the hit on Steve Jenkins. And it's incomplete. Still 14 of 18 is that man, Justin Rogers, in relief. He's thrown for 300 yards.
He waited too long to throw that football, and you saw him touch his chest right there, right before we cut to the replay. He's got to throw that ball sooner. And if you're Jenkins, you have to come back to the football. If you're reading man coverage, you have to come back to the football because the DB still is.
2nd down, 10. Faolo on the sideline stretches. He gets down to the 45. Taylor Hawkins the hit. This is going to be 3rd down and 4, obvious 4-down territory with the clock approaching 2 minutes left.
Man, you mentioned getting the ball to running back Charles Williams out of the backfield. Something to consider with the game on the line.
Quick slant. Thompson breaks it up again. Jenkins, the intended receiver again. And now it feels like it comes down to this.
It certainly does, and this is back-to-back weeks that we've seen these defensive backs make great plays on the football with the game on the line. That was the case against Nevada on 3rd and 4th down a week ago, and it very well could be the case here at the end of the 4th quarter.
UNLV has just 1 timeout left. They're not going to get the ball back if they don't make this. 4th down and 4. From the San Diego State 45, Aztecs show blitz, ghost formation. None of the linemen have a hand on the turf. Someone may have jumped.
Keyshawn Banks, I thought.
Fired, and It's intercepted. There's a flag down, picked off. Laka with it to midfield. A flag is down at midfield, but I don't know that that was a flag from a linesman. I think it came in the offensive backfield. I think San Diego State has iced it.
They may want to take a look at Keyshawn Banks lined up in the neutral zone on the end of the line of scrimmage. This could be a huge penalty depending on which way it goes. I thought I saw movement. Let's see what they say.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 70. Offense, that penalty is declined. First down.
Wow, no offside. And so San Diego State, barring a crazy mistake, is going to survive this football game. And Cedric Laka, the senior.
His first Oh, I knew I saw it.
That has to be offside.
And they threw a hands to the face penalty on Tiger Shanks when he was fighting for his life, and clearly Keyshawn Banks was offsides there. UNLV should still have the ball, and it should be 1st and 10 across the 50.
That is a huge break.
UNLV has called their third and final charge timeout.
A huge break for San Diego State. Now Laka makes a great play, but it sure looked like Banks had a running start across the line of scrimmage.
Here's Banks right here. Here's the left tackle, Tiger Shanks, right tackle, excuse me. Oh my gosh, he's clearly a yard inside the neutral zone. I saw it live, and the officials missed it. And to make matters worse, they then throw a hands of the face penalty on Tiger Shanks.
Well, if the flag was properly thrown, that's a first down.
Yeah, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs across the 50 with a timeout, with an offense that's been chunking it through the air.
Bell straight ahead. UNLV cannot stop the clock. They'd like to turn the clock back and give the officials another look at that 4th down.
What an awful way to lose a ball game.
Wow. He's clearly across.
And that's why Tiger Shanks is late and he's reaching. When a defensive lineman has a step on you like that, you're already beat, you panic and you reach. And that's why he put his hand on his face mask. Now, I'm not making excuses for that. That is a penalty, but it should have been nullified by the facts that Banks was offsides prior to.
They're down at 3. Bell is stopped. And you can see there's about a 10-second differential. Game clock, play clock.
What an incredible football game we've been able to see here tonight. And for our fans or viewers that are out on the East Coast, you got your money's worth. We know it's late for you out there. But how about Marcus Arroyo, man? How about what he's done with this team? Do you know how hard it's been to win here? Going back to guys like Harvey Hyde and then Wayne Nunley,
yes,
who was the head coach. It was my D-line coach in Green Bay. Jim Strong, Jeff Horton, who's now the running backs coach for San Diego State. John Robinson, Mike Sanford, Bobby Houck, Tony Sanchez. Nobody has been able to have success here. This would have been a program-defining win. And UNLV had a shot to win this game. Keep your eye on Keyshawn Banks. They're moving the football. And Banks is offsides, clearly in the neutral zone when the ball snapped.
That would have given UNLV a first down in San Diego State territory. And there was no flag thrown.
Well, there was a flag thrown, and it was on Tiger Shanks, the tackle, who's doing everything he could to try to block it.
All right, Ariza just wants to get this thing off. It's partially blocked, but that's actually going to run time off the clock. And they don't need to stop it.
Touch it.
They don't have to touch it until it stops rolling, and it stops rolling, and the clock expires. And number 19, San Diego State, gets a huge break, but they survive. It's been kind of their season. They've won those tight games. 10-1. And the Aztecs are still in the driver's seat for the West. Boise State next Friday on CBS. Marcus Arroyo and UNLV have come a long way this year. Old Trapper, player of the game. Jesse Matthews. Not one, not two, but 3 touchdown catches from Lucas Johnson.